Hello, Wicked Warriors. It's Wednesday night, and that means it's time for another action-packed episode of the Wicked Wally webcast, soon to be the best hard rock, heavy metal talk show on the planet. I am your host, Wicked Wally, and I'm super excited to be back. It's been a 3-week hiatus. I had a kid, so that's what happened. So that's why I'm back. That's why I was gone. I thought maybe you'd see her tonight, maybe on a future show. She's laying down. She's sleeping right now. I call her Baby Wicked. That's what she's going to be called on the show. Anyway, I'm Wicked Wally, your host, and this show is live on Twitch, YouTube, and on Facebook. So wherever you're watching this show, super happy you're tuned in. We already have folks in the chat. We have folks that are a bunch of people on Twitch tonight. That's exciting. Thanks so much for that. We have Curtis is on Twitch. Ephemeral Dreams is there chatting, adding some little emojis, little thumbs up and stuff. So thumbs up. I want to hear your questions, comments, and feedback tonight. We got a bunch of folks watching already from all across those platforms. Send in your messages, your comments, your feedback, and we have, if you like beer, if you're a beer lover, this is a great episode for you. A heavy metal lover and a beer lover, this is a great episode for you tonight. This is episode number 22 of the webcast. It's already 22 episodes. That's exciting. 22 episodes. The episode is titled A Whole New Level because we have new Level Brewing Co. We have Drew Ross. Interview with Drew Ross, co-founder of Calgary's own heavy metal themed brewery, New Level Brewing Co. And not only does New Level Brewery make some fantastic metal-inspired beers, and speaking of that, we're going to be taste testing some of these bad boys tonight. That's right. Wally's going to be drinking. I haven't drank for over 2 years, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I haven't done. So I'm breaking the seal for my guests tonight, for my guest Drew tonight, to try some beers. I might not polish off full cans, but I was a beer lover in the past. I absolutely adore and love beer, and I had to quit drinking. But tonight, we're going to have an exception. We're going to have a little taste test, and I'm pretty excited to actually wet my palate with some of these sexy beers from New Level Brewing Co. So we're going to check those out in a bit. And like I said, not only do they have some fantastic metal-inspired craft beers, but they also are a huge supporter of the heavy music scene in general, and heavy metal, and other heavy music genres through sponsorship, hosting of heavy metal music events at their very own tap room. And I couldn't be more happy to chat with Drew tonight and talk about all this stuff. Talk about beer, talk about metal. It's going to be one hell of a show for tonight. Before we go into kick off in tonight's show, actually, you know, I will bring up, that was a little sneak preview. Hi, Jay. I'll bring up my co-host, Jay, for tonight. Hi, Jay.
Wally, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you back.
I'm happy to be back. This is the closest thing I have to a social life is doing this show. So with all
get to talk to an adult tonight. Little goo goo gaga noises.
Little goo goo gaga, yeah. Although, you know, I've been loving it. I love being a dad. It's like one of my favorite things ever. Even the lack of sleep, it's okay. It's been okay. It's been okay.
Say that 5 years or so.
And Ephemeral Dreams, thanks for following us on the Wicked Wally webcast. I think we also have. We should have some more followers here. Curtis is on Twitch now. Yeah, some more followers. Thanks for following us on Twitch. All right.
There you go. Nice work.
That's right. Yeah, some more followers. You know, we're slowly working our way up. Folks that watch the show tend to enjoy it. Plus, ephemeral. Oh, wow. Okay, more following. Thank you so much. Curtis is on Twitch. I think that came through twice. Ephemeral Dreams. Very rare for a Twitch dude to pronounce that right. Oh, I did say it right. Okay, great, because I step over my words all the time. Anyway,
first night back and you're knocking it out of the park. Good work, buddy.
Sometimes I know what I'm doing. So I brought Jay. You know, we have 3 different co-hosts, 3 members of Team Wicked. We have Vito, Montana, and Jason. I brought Jason because Jason is undoubtedly the most knowledgeable about beer, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And we're going to do some taste testing. So I wanted somebody, Jason, how many beers have you logged on Untapped? And you can explain to folks really quickly what Untapped is.
Sure. So Untapped is it's a social beer drinking app, I guess is what you would call it.
Right.
It's kind of like Foursquare, but for beer. For people that know what Foursquare was,
okay,
or is still around. But anyways, I use it to track beers that I've had. Which that's kind of the short version. And usually, whenever I'm out, when I was out and about with people, I would always try and get them to sign up if we were out at the pub having a beer or something like that. So. It's just kind of a neat little thing to do with beer, I think. And
yeah, how many unique beers have you tried?
You just asked me this, and now I totally forgot. It
According
is
to your app,
1,217 beers since January of 2013.
Beer? Is it beer dating? Is it a dating app? I know it's not a dating app, Curtis. That's a good comment in the chat. No, it's not quite that.
No, I wouldn't say beer dating, but it's social like all the other social type apps. So you can friend people, you can toast their check-ins, you can comment on their check-ins, you can rate your beers, stuff like that.
I used to be on there, and I was trying to compete with you, but then, and then I had to quit drinking. But that's okay. I'm excited for tonight. Yeah, I know. I'm just a quitter. But making an exception for our guest tonight. And also, I want to mention before we talk to Drew, which is he's waiting patiently. I also want to announce we have extended, because I was away for 3 weeks. My daughter came much earlier than expected because I was away for 3 weeks. I want to announce we have extended our merch giveaway. So we have a merchandise giveaway that we have extended. I'm going to pull this up here. So this is our merch store. If you haven't checked it out, I do recommend it. We're repping our own merch tonight. Jason and I are both repping the merch tonight. I'll show it off. Here, I'll throw you back up on the screen. There you go. There you are. Yeah, we're both repping it. I'll do a little, Wicked Wally. Look at that. Yeah, looks great. So merch turned out awesome. When you go from these online stores, you don't know what they're going to look like. And I ordered some, and I'm very happy with how everything turned out. But not only that, I want to give some away to folks. I want to show some appreciation to the folks who are tuning in and listening and watching the show. So if on our Instagram, and only on our Instagram, there is a giveaway. So if you find this post here with T-shirts, there's actually 2 of them. So either one of them works. Posts here on Instagram. So if you like the post and tag at least one person you think would like the Wicked Wally webcast, like our show, do that, and you are entered to win this merch pack, a t-shirt and a hat, and there's 2 of them I'm giving away, 2 packs, so a pair of t-shirt and hat packs to give away. And there are some folks already entered. Some folks are just liking it and not tagging somebody, and if you don't do that, it's not an entry. So you have to tag at least one person you think is going to like the show, because obviously I'm using this to promote the show as well. Surprise. So with that, also, if you share it to your Facebook story, and I catch you not Facebook story, sorry, your Instagram story, that's a bonus entry. So, and in 3 episodes from now, we're going to be doing the giveaway. So 3 episodes from now, we're going to be doing a big giveaway. There's going to be a big fancy wheel that's going to be spinning. We're going to spin this wheel and do this giveaway, and 2 lucky viewers are going to have a chance to win. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now let's get on with the show, and let's go very quickly to drinking some. Yeah, I know. Let's drink some beer, right? It's been 2 years in the making for me. So, and we have Drew Ross on the show of New Level Brewing. Hi, Drew.
Hello.
I'm pretty excited to have you on the show. We've met once before. You're just a solid dude, man. You're just a solid, awesome dude. So, not only, not a problem, man. I found out a lot of really cool things when I was looking you guys up. First thing, I want to talk about how you got things started, about the different beers. We're gonna try one right away here. I think throughout the show we're gonna slowly taste test different ones as we go. But the name New Level Brewing is from a Pantera song, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's from a Pantera song off of 1992's The Vulgar Display of Power. But that wasn't the first name you had in mind for the brewery, was it?
No, I think I had like a whole list, and New Level was one of them.
Yeah.
But we also wanted to call it Leviathan.
Right.
I think Leviathan was our top choice.
Leviathan, okay.
Yeah.
And it didn't win.
No, I found out most people can't pronounce that word. So
Really? Yeah.
it was probably a good choice.
Leviathan?
Well, because we have the
but that-
Leviathan beer.
So you just named a couple of your beers after the Leviathan instead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. And New Level is very marketable too.
It's a little more. I was gonna say ambiguous. That's not the word I want, but it's a little more flexible, adaptable, given the crowd you're talking to. So.
Oh, Curtis says the Leviathan Stout. So you have a fan in the chat already. Dregs
of Pluto thinks Drew rules too. So.
Oh, nice. Dregs of Pluto. Drew rules. Drew does rule. So some other names, but I think New Level was a smart choice. It's a very, very marketable name. And I actually had a chance to go. Like I said, I haven't been drinking for 2 years. Full disclosure, I have some health things, but I'm going to do some taste testing tonight. And I hope it's okay, Drew, because you've gone on record saying that in order to really, and Jason, you kind of agree with this too. We talked about this too. Yeah. In order to really know if you like a beer or not, you have to drink a full glass or pint, right? Do you agree with that, Drew?
I have said that before. I think you need more than like a sip. I'm gonna go on record as saying that. I'm gonna modify. You need more than a sip. So like 2 or 3, you're getting a little closer to the truth, maybe. But I'm against people trying one sip and thinking they know exactly what it's all about. So.
There you go. I have to have at least 3 sips. Okay, that's
at least 3.
At least
more
3.
Often than not, when if it's a beer I end up not liking, it can start out, you have that first sip and this is good, there's no problem, but by the time you get to the bottom of it can really change your opinion of the beer. So I definitely agree with that.
So the brewery and the tap room is located right here in Calgary, and it was good because I hadn't been there before and I wanted to find my way there, and actually online on the here, I'll pull you guys up as well here. On your website, you have a video. Like, if people having trouble finding the place?
Oh yeah, definitely. You can't put proper signage out front, so it's tricky to find. I don't blame people. I mean, I found it first try, but I don't know. It's a bit better now because we're on Google Maps, Apple Maps, all that. But
okay.
I got a lot of phone calls asking like, I'm in the parking lot, but I can't find you. Having a video was very helpful that way. It's
kind of tucked around, right? So you have the address, and you got to drive in, you got to hang a right and go around the building. That was the only thing.
So it's like a condo park for businesses.
Yeah.
So kind of like if you go visit your friend's condo, you got to navigate the condo itself.
And they wouldn't let you put like another sign up somewhere, or no?
We do it. We're not supposed to, but
okay.
We do a flag that we put out sometimes. It wasn't out for the winter just because it got a little damaged, but it's back out now.
Here, I'm going to show this because this is actually very creative.
Very metal.
Okay, yeah. You're at the LRT station.
Sorry, what was that?
You're at the LRT station? I guess I don't have to say it. It's
Oh, do you want to narrate? We can pause.
I can narrate, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't watched this in a long time.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna turn the volume down on the video. But it's a great song, by the way. It's from Ravenous, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, you gave us the clip for that.
Yeah, Ravenous. Calgary's Ravenous. Love that band. Rav probably gave it.
And coming up right here on Center Street. Take a right. There's our sales guy Ian.
Right.
Taking a right, he's going down. Past all these places, like Wickerland.
The old French Maid. Yeah.
One more.
Calgary landmark.
Oh, here we go. Like, here's the thing. Turn right in here.
There we go.
And then, building 4000. 400 on the side. And right here.
There's the van. Yep.
See it right there. There you are.
Nicely done. Okay. Very creative way to ensure people know how the hell to find it. It's actually not that bad, but it's like you said before, you're on Google Maps. This was done earlier, and it's actually not that bad. And it's gorgeous too. Like I said, the first time I've been to your tap room, it's really nice space. It's a really nice space. It's not very big, so when I walked in there, I'm like, they have shows in here. Like they actually have, like, not currently obviously because we're in the pandemic, but before all this shit happened, you actually had live performances and bands playing. How did you manage that? How many people are crammed in there?
So we didn't have it in that room that you showed. We
okay.
Room up above where our office is.
Oh, that's okay. That's why. Okay.
We would just clear out all of our shit, and then it's just like a big empty room, right?
Okay.
So it's still small and intimate, but it works. So
okay. Yeah. Is it bigger than the tap room or?
Well, there's not 2 bathrooms, so it's a little bit bigger that way.
Okay.
And then the layout's a bit different, so it just works a bit better.
So it was what, 60 people you fit?
Our fire capacity is 60 people. So,
okay.
Yeah. Pretty sure we've gone over that a couple times. Yeah, can be a hot room in the summer.
Oh man. So I want to talk more.
Fuzz is watching.
That's actually true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then I'm gonna be on record actually drinking again. So I'm gonna get razzed by a bunch of people for doing this. But so let's go ahead and try some of the amazing beer.
I want to agenda. Are we starting with anything in particular? Or?
I want to start with, and I guess we can change it up if Drew wants us to. I want to start off with Haze Lord. That's the beer I'm most excited to try out of all the different beers that you have. Haze Lord also. This was wasn't this like a limited batch? Like you weren't originally intending to make this one of your staples?
Yeah, that's true. We made it as a seasonal, and that was sort of before anybody had heard of New England Pale Ales.
Right.
And then, not that long afterwards, now that's like all you could find anywhere. So we kept it around. The market changed very quickly.
So let's show everyone this glorious, glorious can. Oh, here we go. Haze Lord. Get it in focus. Haze Lord. Excellent. Here it is a New England Pale Ale. We have 5% AB alcohol volume. Our first hazy beer was meant to be a small batch one-off, but was popular enough that we brought it back as a full-time beer. We dry hop during primary fermentation, which causes the hop oils to interact with the yeast in the beer, creating unique flavors and haziness. Underneath those aggressive dry hops is a full-bodied beer with a slightly biscuity malt profile. Sounds wonderful. Sounds absolutely wonderful. So let's. Jason's not waiting anymore. Here, let's get this on the mic.
Get after it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Oh, I miss beer. Oh.
You gonna be okay over there?
I just love my beer. Is that too much? No, I don't think so.
No, that's good.
All right. Oh, I like the color. That is nice. Beautiful.
Nice gold.
No wonder this became popular. And I'm going to throw it over so you can see Jay too. Oh, wow.
He's going for the full pint.
Oh, yeah. Jay's not messing around.
Well,
actually,
well, I mean...
Also, you got...
Like, put the half can back in the fridge? like Wally?
Yeah, and you actually have a fridge there with your skull on top of it. You have a little beer fridge.
I realized I was missing my my skull that I usually have in the background, so I got him out in the fridge.
Nice. Nice. All right, let's give our unexpert opinion on what we think of this beer. Oh wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a lot cleaner tasting than I expected.
Me too.
Do you know what I mean?
It's light and bright.
It's easy. Yeah, light and bright. It's not as complex as it sounds. It's I don't think it would be a very difficult to drink beer. I could very easily drink a couple of these.
Yeah, when I say New England and hazy, usually I'm thinking a lot easier than this is.
Right.
More like a meal, yeah.
More like a meal. But I'm not disappointed the fact that it's not like that. I'm very happy with how. Was the intention for it to become is this what you wanted, basically, or did it become a little bit lighter than what you intended, Drew?
We lightened it a little bit just to make it a little different than what's out on the market. It is a pale ale rather than an IPA, so it's like a little less heavy. We've made a couple different versions which were heavier or lighter. We kind of settled on this sort of medium ground here.
Right.
Curtis is on Twitch now. Is cracking open the Leviathan.
Leviathan's cracking open, nice, and then Wizard's Revenge after. Thanks, Ace Liquor in Edmonton. So Ace Liquor in Edmonton carries New Level beer.
Like, Curtis and us are drinking different beers tonight. We don't have any of those on our list.
We don't have any of those on our list tonight. Going through preparing for this. Oh my God, I'm already feeling the alcohol. Going through the list tonight. Going through preparing for tonight's show, there was a bunch of drinks on there. I'm like, oh, I wish I could try that one and that one and that one. So we might have to do this again sometime because there's so many different things I want to try that you have. This is so creative. I would say so ingredients is water, yeast, barley, wheat, hops, Mosaic, and Amarillo. Is that the type of hops? Mosaic and Amarillo hops?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the type of hops. Goes well with grilled fish and veggies. Oh, there you go. He's taking a picture.
That's the Untapped picture. That's what's going up on Untapped.
Oh, he's logging in Untapped. Getting the numbers up. Goes well with grilled fish. Try adding extra lemon zest to bring out the bright hoppy profile. That would be good. I do not have any lemon zest tonight, but that would be good. We use Maris Otter, a British malt, to give Haze Lord its golden color and biscuity flavor. Is that a hard to get ingredient or?
No, it's just maybe a little more expensive than regular 2-row is what we use for most beers, but Maris Otter is just like a little fancier, gives you more of that biscuity or maltier flavor.
Yeah, and I have found a couple things on your social media to promote that you use when you're promoting this beer. Like I said, you seem to have a lot of fun. Okay. Everyone watching right now, if you are not yet, you need to follow New Level Brewing on Instagram, Facebook as well. But I'd say Instagram because it's more accessible. There's so much fun content, funny things, fun content, photos. Your social media game is on frickin' point, by the way. It's on point. Who does it? Who does this marketing?
Look at that handsome gentleman there.
Yeah, look at that handsome gentleman there.
That's me. I do it. I have help, but I do it. Yeah.
So this is promoting Haze. There's two different things promoting Haze Lord. Looks like another hazy one out there. Don't worry, we got you covered. So here you are drinking. Oh, it's hazy.
Yeah, that's when we first borrowed a green screen, and that was the best I could come up with, but it was pretty fun.
It's good. It's simple, but it works. And then this is brilliant. Oh, here, hold on. This is brilliant.
The haze rolling in?
The haze is rolling in. All right, let's watch this. This is great.
Welcome to the New Level Brewing Weather Report. I'm Drew, and this is this week's weather. You'll notice here we have a big crosswind blowing in down like this, and then a north wind blowing from the top of my map here down. Creates almost a vortex of haze. And that vortex of haze is settling right in the New Level tap room. In fact, I'd say there's 8 taps of haze Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just 8 taps of haze there. So that's this week's forecast for the New Level tap room. 8 taps of haze.
Down by Lethbridge.
Zan's kind of moving all down by.
Oh man, I haven't actually watched that thing. I just made it and put it up.
Oh wow, this is the first time you had to watch it.
Yeah, we had a lot of people just if they came in, they'd be like, "Hey, vortex of haze."
Vortex of haze.
I had a catchphrase for like a month.
the suits.
I just want to go on record as saying I dig those glasses. Those are wicked.
Thank you. Yeah.
Those are a regular part of the wardrobe, or just?
Yeah, I've got a pretty good collection of glasses. I wear those like if I have a migraine, so they're pretty
really
good.
Do they help?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah, just tinted glasses. I recommend them to everybody.
My wife gets migraines. I'll have to mention that to her.
There you go.
Interesting. Those are really cool looking, though.
Yeah. I just got some pit vipers. Those are cool.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't made a video with those yet, though.
Okay, well, that'll have to come up soon then. Have to do that. In the next video, you'll have to come up with that. Wear those. So you do most of the social media? Even the photography is good. Like, do you take a lot of these photos as well? Like on the.
Yeah, I took all those ones.
Wow, dude. Oh, hold on. Let me just try to pull this up. There we go. Wow, man, this is it's on point. I was very, very impressed when I looked at this. I'm like, wow, this looks like these product shots. Like you do the product shots as well?
Yeah, I bought a a light box in January, and that's really helped me take way better photos.
Wow.
I wish I got it right away, but
wow.
super fun toy to play with.
So how big of an operation is New Level? Like, I
That's
mean,
a good question.
You probably can't have a dedicated social media person on staff. I mean, those kind of things cost money, right? So
yeah, no, it's just me. That's one of my many duties, so I just kind of fit it in where I can. But right. I do try to do, make it worth it, I guess, and have fun with it. Or if I'm not having fun, then like, what's the point? That's kind of my attitude towards things like that. So yeah, we're about trying to think. We're like 10 people right now.
Okay.
Not all full time, but like some part time, but about 10.
Right.
So getting bigger. We just hired like a new salesperson, so that's cool. I would like to hire a marketing person in the future, like full time. That's just all they do, but we'll get there one day.
Yeah, little steps, one thing at a time.
Baby steps. Although you have grown, because wasn't it originally just you and your brother at the very beginning?
Yeah, that was a terrible idea.
You and James Ross, you and your brother James, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Had to grow up with that guy. You don't want to spend your adult life with him too.
Well, I mean, there's just only so many hours in the day, and I think we were pretty naive about how much work it is just to, do the paperwork or just to, file taxes or things like that. Like, it is a lot of work. So, and you get tired, and if emergencies happen, somebody needs to be the one to take care of it, right? So, yeah, hiring more people is always great. Makes everybody's life better.
Well, it means you're making money too, so that's always positive.
Right. So I want to talk a little bit about how things got started. You mentioned a bit on your website. You have some things you've written on the website, but I want to kind of dig into it a little bit. It mentions here you and your brother James decided to start your own brewery while attending Maryland Death Fest. While listening to death metal, you also ended up spending a lot of time in your hotel room, drinking boldly flavored American craft beers, insanely bitter IPAs, unreal dessert stouts, and high gravity barley wines. Okay, but I want to dig into that a bit. But before that, your brewing story starts before that, isn't it? Didn't you make beer with your dad?
Yeah, I made beer with my dad growing up. Not like serious brewing or anything, just like, homebrew kits that you buy. We would do that on the weekend. Make root beer, make beer. We made wine together too, so it's kind of familiar with it. But Maryland Death Fest is where, in Baltimore, is really where I think craft beer is kind of like an interest went to like more of a hobby, I guess. Like, that's probably where I downloaded Untapped and was like,
okay,
I got to remember this stuff and take notes.
That's where it started. So to start with, got the interest with your dad, and then you and your brother at this metal festival, and you noticed there was more variety in Maryland when you were drinking all these different types of beer. More variety in there. Now there's a ton of craft breweries in Calgary. I think in this city in total, including all breweries, there's around 50. I think when I looked it up.
Is there that many now?
That's a lot.
I think there's around, I don't know what exactly counts, like what the line is. Like if you just make a small batch at a restaurant, does that count as, are you a brewery now? I don't know what the cutoff is for that, but that's what Google told me is 50. So it's grown since. Do you find heavy metal is your way of distinguishing yourself and then standing above, just kind of having your own niche and standing out from the crowd? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, when we were kind of like coming up with the company, we wanted it to sort of seem, I guess, natural and honest, and the best way to do that is to sort of bring aspects of your personality to it. And I thought just two brothers, there's kind of a story, but then two brothers who are into heavy metal, there's more of a story. And, everybody's kind of into nature and mountains and stuff, but nobody was doing a heavy metal thing, so I saw an opportunity there. I knew there was a community out there that who this would resonate with. Who aren't into heavy metal, they think it's kind of like funny or cute or whatever. They're not affected by it. So, but they remember it, right? And that's the important thing.
One thing I forgot to mention when we were looking at these cans, and we're going to try some more of these later, is the artwork. You mentioned you do all the photography in the social media. Who designs these cans? Because this is so attractive. Like, you see this in a store, you want to buy it. So who designed this?
Yeah, we work with a Calgary company called Slugger Studio.
Okay.
They're both freelance artists, but they also have their own company as like a side that they do together, where they do projects together. It's Cam Hoff and Chris Cora. They're super talented people. They've done a bunch of murals you might see up in Calgary, and they've definitely done brand work for companies that you've seen before. And we had lunch with them, and they kind of liked our Instagram. They kind of got the vibe, and when we kind of pitched up concepts with them, they would just sort of take it and run with it. So we were super. I think we were their first client too, so we were super happy.
Cool.
We've been super happy with their work, and I think they're always happy that when I call them and ask if they can draw a can with a monster or a demon. I think it's more fun, so it's good.
And
it's a good partnership.
And it is fun. Like, you could say, okay, yeah, I want you to draw a scary sorceress or something like that, and they could come up with something kind of very gothic, very creepy, but it's almost kind of cute.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
it's cartoony and
but
fun,
but not like family friendly cartoony. But
there we go.
Yeah, I kind of describe our brand as camp metal. We're not making fun of metal, but we are kind of enjoying the goofier side of it.
Yeah, not taking yourself too seriously.
Exactly, kind of like some of the hair metal bands that are a little more tongue in cheek. Like, I love heavy metal, and I am very serious about it, and I like a lot of serious death metal and black metal. But I'm not a serious person at heart, so it has to be a little bit fun for me.
As I'm showing a very serious video of you.
Serious about his haze.
So Maryland Death Fest. So was it the first time that you went to the festival that you had this idea? Was it the very first year you went?
I think I went 3 times. I think the first time we were like,
we should do it.
Wow, this beer is like amazing. Like, you'd go to a restaurant, there'd be like 6 IPAs on tap.
Right.
And that's back when like you couldn't really find IPAs anywhere in Canada. And then I don't know, each time we went back, I was like pretty excited just to go drink beer in addition to checking out bands. So.
Right. And Curtis in the chat was talking about, whoa, sounds like the dream. Maryland Death Fest is dope. I think it is. And so 2013, I believe, was the first year you'd went to the Maryland Death Fest. Yeah. So this was the festival that you went to. These are the bands that were playing. We got Venom, Sleep, Down, Melvins, Bolt Thrower. Anything on? I think Wake was on here too, aren't they? Didn't Wake play this year? Yeah, Wake. And you're a big fan of them, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Isn't that like the death metal festival in North America? The Maryland one?
I think it was at the time. There's like a bunch now though. There's like there's California Death Fest, and what else? I don't know, Psycho Las Vegas and stuff like that. There's a whole bunch, but this is the one we went to.
Looking at this list of bands, is there anything here that stands out to you? Like, any good memories seeing any of these bands?
I saw Sleep play all of Dope Smoker. That was pretty amazing.
Nice.
We got to see
Repulsion was pretty crazy. I forget that some of these bands were even there, and I don't think I saw them. So
Cobalt. I'm a big Cobalt fan.
Huge festivals, though,
no, right? Never.
No, it was you had to make a lot of tough choices. But,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Revenge was there. I don't even remember seeing them, but I remember Pig Destroyer's set really well.
Right.
I remember it was really fun. Weed Eater was fun. There's just so much weed in the crowd.
Are you going to make a THC infused beer at some point in time? No.
The licensing for that is crazy, but I have made one at home before.
Okay. Okay.
So I know how to do it. I have a good
Can you do alcohol and THC combo?
I'm sure you can.
Not in Canada, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you can't even sell them in the same place.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I'd like to make like a THC soda or something.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. What kind of flavors would you mix with that?
Any ideas? I think I'd go like really stoner, like like grape or something? Or
That's a good idea.
Dew?
That's a good idea.
Maybe Cheeto? I don't know.
Cheeto flavored?
The Sorceress Sour THC edition.
Ooh, that's a great idea, Jay. That's a great idea. That would be very good. Speaking of soda, you actually do have, I have a can here. As you can see, it's an empty can. I do have a can here of your craft soda. So not only, we'll talk about some other things you have too, but not only beer, you do have one soda that you create. So that's actually really nice for any non-drinkers out there. If they want to, they come and enjoy your tap room with some other folks, they have something they can try of yours. And as you can see, it's empty. This was thrown in your front of house. Oh, what's her name again? I apologize.
Quinlan?
Quinlan actually threw this in because my wife still looked pregnant. She thought she could. Even though she just had the kid, and I'm like, don't, it's okay, just milk it for whatever it's worth, milk it for what it's worth, it's okay, it's just a one can of soda, because she wanted to say something. I'm like, no, that's okay, don't worry about it. So anyways, as soon as we got in the car, she cracked it because she loves pineapple. This was a hit, by the way, because it's not too sweet. It's not too sweet. Do you know what I mean? A lot of times pop and stuff, like I drink, and I'm not a fan because it's just too freaking sweet. Just I taste of sugar. And this is mostly sweetened with the fruit juices, actually. The pineapple puree, blood puree, cane sugar, sodium benzenate, which, does that add flavor? I don't know what that is. That a preservative? Okay. Citric acid. So yeah, this was wonderful. If anything, it actually would make a good cocktail.
Definitely. Yeah, it's good with white rum.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Or gin.
Everything's good with
gin. Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, I was a big fan, and I'm not a pop drinker, and this I really enjoyed. Would you ever think of making an alcoholic version?
Soda,
like the Americans say. Okay, is there any chance you would make an alcoholic version of this as well with rum?
We might. Yeah, we were kind of looking at maybe doing an RTD, like a soda with rum. But just haven't done that yet.
Sure.
Kind of blowing up right now, isn't it? I'm seeing something that the other day that all these ready to drink mixed things are just taking off.
Oh, definitely. So. Yeah.
I don't drink them, so I don't really have any experience on that side of the house. But
are there any more of these in the work? The soda line?
Yeah, I think in about a month we'll have. We've made it before, but not in cans. We call it the Mocktail Mule. So it's like a ginger mint lime soda, kind of like a Moscow Mule, like the cocktail.
Those are good. I like it.
Non-alcoholic. So definitely same sort of lines, like not too sweet, but like a lot of flavor, a lot of natural flavors there. So.
Oh, we have a question from the chat. What's Drew's favorite hop to use? Favorite hop.
Probably Mosaic.
Okay.
That's pretty commonplace, but we probably use it the most in our beers. I do like Centennial a lot.
Okay.
As more of a basic hop. And then we haven't made a beer with it yet, but I would like to make one with Idaho 7.
Okay. Jay, you're the beer expert here. Did those mean anything to you?
No, so I'm not much on different hop varieties. I mean, I know some of the common ones. Cascade hops and Mosaic is a very common one. But no, I don't. I think unless you're actually brewing your own beer,
right,
it'd be harder to explore the world of hops. Because what am I going to do? I'm just going to start importing hops. I mean, there is a big hop shortage there about a year or two ago as well. Oh. So unless you're growing them yourself, then
or brewing them, yeah.
Like where are you going to get them from and in what kind of quantities? And even if you grow them here, I mean, there's a lot to do with the terroir of where they're grown. So yeah, no, I don't know a lot about the different types of hops. Other than that, there is tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and, each region seems to have its own hops too. Like if you look at like Europe or like Czechoslovakia, the Saz hop is very popular.
Right.
Yeah, different styles of different hops and different regions of different hops, but I couldn't tell you one hop from another if you put a bunch in front of me.
Could you, Drew? Can you taste the difference now?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I'm probably not everything, but like
right.
I'm pretty sure, Jason. Like if I was like, here's like an English hop and it's more like herbal. Here's an American hop, it's more fruity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
I bet you can kick them out in a beer. Like,
maybe with some practice. One thing I'm not generally good at is like I don't have a palate to discern differences. So if you put them side by side and I can do like an A/B, then I can usually tell differences there. But just to give me a single one, say what's in that, I probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
At least from a blind taste. If I know it's in there, sure. But if blindly, that's not something I'm usually very good at.
I don't know how well I do totally blind. I think I do okay. If it was like more than one hop in there, probably not. They would get a little trickier, but I think I do okay. But that's just from being around it for years, right?
Yeah, you have a little more exposure than I do.
I want to mention too. You say metal sounding names your beer as well. So at least most of them. You had the Chocolate Rain. That's. I don't think that's a metal sounding beer. That's an internet meme and a YouTube video of that guy who sings that song. That young guy.
Yeah. I didn't come up with that name.
Okay.
Our brewer Chad came up with that name.
Okay.
He was really proud of that beer and he really liked the name. And
right.
I actually wasn't familiar with that meme at the time.
Chocolate
Rain.
I
didn't know it. And then when I saw the video, I'm like, well, that's pretty funny. So we'll see if people remember it. And they do, actually. There's a lot of people nostalgic for Saison Day.
Oh, in the chat. Oh, Smithers, Drew Boy. Don't know if someone has asked this already, but can you tell us about some of the local bands you've teamed up with? We are going to talk. I do plan to talk about that, but let's go ahead and skip to that because that's a great question.
My alter ego.
Sure. I'm probably going to forget people because I was thinking about this before we had the call, and there was like a lot of it happened in a very short span of time. My memory is just shit. But anyway,
well, I know Hyperia was one because you had Hyperia. There was their
Hyperia beer.
Hyperia from Hyperia. They had it was their music video release party, and it just sold like hot. Like people just loved it. I actually have a picture of it here in one of my notes. I have to find it. The picture of the can, and then the artwork is the same group, right? The same group that you said did the artwork for your other.
No, their own artwork actually.
Oh, they actually did the artwork for that can. Oh, that's actually because it. I thought it was pretty cool.
I know Montana helped them with the label.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we actually think we have Montana in the chat. So,
Smithers is Montana.
Is Montana? Yeah, I think we have Montana in the chat. So, see what she has to say about that. Hyperia. There we go. I found the photo of it. Let's pull this up. I found the photo of this. Hyperia, there it is. Oh yeah, I guess it's not the same style. I should have realized that. Yeah, it's not the same artwork style. It's a little more dark. It's not as cutesy. No, it's not as fun, but still pretty damn cool. Still pretty.
Yeah,
damn
it's
cool.
got like a nice municipal waste sort of vibe to it.
Right.
I like that. I like that label a lot.
And then Woodhawk, you made I couldn't find a picture of this, but you made a dark cherry saison with Woodhawk. Yeah. Can you explain what that is? A dark cherry saison is?
So saison is a Belgian style of beer, fermented at a higher temperature. It was like originally like a farmhouse type of beer. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have some more esters in there. You're gonna taste more of the yeast in there rather than say the hops or the malt.
Yeasty, yeah. And
then the dark cherry was just like we conditioned it on fruit, and then the fruit interacts with the yeast to produce some pretty distinct flavors. And the idea for that beer was Turner from Woodhawk. That was his idea.
Okay. Excellent.
Turner and Mike are big homebrew guys, and so they were like really stoked to do it. Kevin doesn't actually like beer, but
that's almost like a little bit of a twist on another Belgian beer, the Kriek. Kind of taking the idea of a Kriek and adjusting it to a saison.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That'd be really good, I think.
Yeah, it was a really good beer. We didn't put it in cans because we didn't have a canner back then, but it was really good. Yeah.
Is it ever coming back? Limited or ever?
I don't know. Like Turner got a job at 88 Brewing Company, that trader. So Woodhawk's dead to me. I'll never again.
I hate 88 beer. They're terrible. We don't get them.
No, they're cool. Yeah, I'd love to do it again. Turner, I think they'd asked, and we'll fit it in somewhere. Yeah, maybe when shows come back, we could make a beer for their show. So.
Yeah, for sure. And the Iberia was a lactose pilsner, I believe. So
yeah, it was based on our Breaking the Law beer that we had, and they liked that one. So
a lactose, so that'd be a sour pill. Is that how that would work?
No, it was like we put milk sugar in a lot of our beers.
Yeah, I noticed that. There's lactose everywhere in your beer lineup.
Pilsner to sort of be cheeky. It got kind of mixed reviews. I think a lot of people really liked it, and a lot of people thought it was just such a heretical idea. They hated it. I liked it at first, and then by the end of it, I was like, I don't think we're bringing it back. I think we'll bring back like maybe a dry hopped pilsner or something instead.
Well, isn't Breaking the Law a lactose pilsner, and that's one of your staple beers, right?
It is a one. It's not one of our staples though.
Okay.
We've made it for a while.
Okay, so it comes and goes. Breaking the Law.
Came once. Now it's gone.
Oh, I saw some at the brewery when I went there, though. I saw some cans there. Breaking the Law.
You might have seen like an empty can on the shelf, but no, we don't have any more.
Okay, fair enough. It looks like Rob Halfer's on the cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I thought I saw some there. Maybe I'm imagining things. But anyway, fair enough.
We did like really old beer that we shouldn't be selling anymore.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's covered in dust. Someone found it in the back. And
it's also on the list on your website of your catalog too. The Breaking the Law pilsner.
Yeah, so. It's on the. I think it's a 2020 list though, isn't it?
The 2020 list.
On the website.
Right. So maybe it's not this year.
Yeah, 2020 beer.
So that's old. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. All right.
All right. I'm empty.
It's time to drink some more. Yeah, we got to drink some more. Let's try the Sorceress Sour. How does that sound?
Good. I'm in.
Okay.
I got my tulip glass and everything ready to go for the sour.
Oh, you need a special glass for it, hey?
Well, you don't need one. I mean, you can be a pretentious douchebag, but I mean, I have one, so I'm going to use it.
Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you, Jay. Let's see the glass. Ooh, fancy. So Sorceress Sour, Lime Kettle Sour. And then, Jay, you were telling me before the difference between a kettle sour and a traditional sour. Maybe we'll chat about that a bit after we try this. And then I'll also give the description here. Do you love key lime pie? If so, this is the perfect beer for you. Oh, that was loud. Kettle soured.
It's a lot darker than I was expecting.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. Much darker than I was expecting, too. Okay, here we go. Can you see? Yeah, definitely. All right. So, Sorceress Sour. Do you love key lime pie? If so, this is a perfect beer for you. Kettle soured for up to 48 hours with a pure culture of lactobacillus to bring bright, clean acidity, boiled with sea salt. Oh, really? So salty. Coriander, lactose. There it is again. And lime juice. Finally fermented with hazy New England style yeast strain and triple dry hopped with select hops to bring out the fresh lime flavor, sweet, sour, and salty.
Tastes like pie.
Does it? Okay. Key lime pie is like one of my favorite things, so I'm pretty excited to give this a try. Let's see.
So yeah, I mean, you didn't name off those things, but you almost kind of taste like a bit of a graham crust with a nice tart, sour lime. Coriander comes out quite a bit.
That is wonderful.
It almost tastes like a graham crust of
a pie.
Yeah. Oh, glad you like it.
That is really cool.
The Hazelord was good. I like this even better. Although it's tough to say. Drinking a whole one, I think I could only drink one of these.
Yeah, it's more of a dessert beer.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on there, so if you drank a 4-pack, you'd feel pretty sick.
Yeah, this is a great one if you wanted to sit down and enjoy one beer, I think.
Yeah.
One drink, yeah. That is lovely. That is wonderful. The wife's gonna love that. I'm gonna have to give her a try that one. She loves key lime pie too, so and anything sour, any kind of that sour flavor, she loves it. She's gonna freaking love it. That is awesome.
That is
speaking of lactose and everything, I found this on your social media. Let me put the volume.
Your own lactose pilsner? Tired of the foamy, disgusting mess?
I am. I really am.
Tired of horrifying blender accidents? Oh no! Are you getting the ratio of lactose to Pilsner wrong? Well, now there's Breaking the Law from New Level Brewing. Breaking the Law is a pre-mixed lactose Pilsner.
Thanks, New Level.
I've never heard of a lactose Pilsner ever. Like, did that exist before you did it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe someone else tried it.
Maybe, yeah, with all the different.
Maybe somebody in the States, but not that I know of.
Right. Oh, my cheeks are getting rosy. Okay, so
Yeah, you're becoming wasted, Wally.
Wasted Wally, the Wasted Wally webcast. I haven't started slurring my words yet, though. Like I said, I'm super lightweight. This is the first alcohol I've had in 2 years. Smithers. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't Woodhawk do a hot wing challenge at the brewery? They did, actually. Yeah, hot ones?
We should so do a hot wing challenge on the Wicked Wally webcast.
Oh, yeah.
At New Level Brewing
We actually
with Woodhawk.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It was a really good time.
I'm the crazy guy. Like I'm the
Yeah, you and I, we go get the suicide wings, the sign the waiver suicide wings.
Yeah. About as hot as it can get. Yeah, Jason, you're on board with me there too.
Yep.
So definitely. Just give me a moment here. My stuff's frozen. Oh, there's the theme song. There we go. Blip. There we go. A little bit of a frozen thing. So fun fact: the kettle sour technically. The kettle souring technique allows for a clean acidity without any funky flavors, typically of traditional sour beers. So, actually, yeah, Jay, you were explaining to me the difference between a kettle sour and a traditional sour. Can you explain that for us?
We'll see how right I am.
Okay, yeah, and then Drew, you can tell him if he's right or not.
Yeah, sure.
So there's different types of sour beers, right? And so the ones that I associate sour with the most are like Belgian lambics. And lambics are spontaneously fermented beers, meaning they just kind of roll them out into vats and let the natural yeast in the environment ferment the beer. And then they're often aged in wood. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of the surroundings and the environment where the lactobacillus comes from and the yeast that creates all of the sour flavors. Whereas a kettle sour is maybe not artificial, but there's an intentional introduction of lactobacillus in a steel kettle drum during the boiling phase, I believe. And it creates it's introduced, but then it needs to sit for time. So I think when I was looking at the New Level stuff, they let theirs sit for 48 hours kind of thing. Right. So the lactobacillus creates the sour acid flavor that comes in. So the biggest difference in my tasting experience is that the the spontaneously fermented versions of sours like lambics and their derivatives like gooses and creeks and framboises have a lot more of that funk that you find in something like a saison that we were talking about earlier. Whereas the kettle sours tend to be a much more cleaner sour flavor without any of the funk to it. That's kind of my understanding in a nutshell.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I would add is like we introduced the lactobacillus. It lowers the pH, it sours it, and then we boil it, and then boiling it like kills that culture. Okay. So when we go to package it, it's not like a live culture. Whereas like often when you're getting
style beers,
lambic, it's still like a live yeast. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so like really, like if you want to do sort of lambics or spontaneous sours, you need a facility just for that.
Oh wow! Okay.
You have like bacteria floating everywhere. It's either gonna sort of all be like spontaneously sour or not.
Right. Okay.
In Alberta, there is Blind Enthusiasm. They have a brewery dedicated just to that.
Yeah, and that's also something that's really dependent on the region you're in too, because all cultures naturally occurring in a region are different. So you can get different flavors depending on what part of the world you're in. You can't recreate something that's done in Belgium in Canada because it's just not the same.
Yeah, it has more of that terroir aspect, right. The way that like wine would have that. Yeah.
Terroir. What? I have no idea what that is.
Terroir is the environment that contributes to the taste of something. So often it's like the minerals that are in the ground, the natural things occurring in the air, all of the environment that's grown into something. So you see it often for like in wine. You see where grapes are grown, the taste of the grape is affected by where it's physically grown.
Definitely.
It's talked about. Definitely. I mean, I see it talked about in rum a lot, where the sugarcane is grown as well. Because I'm a big rum guy, but I'm sure it is used in a lot of various types of things.
Yeah, coffee, cigars.
Coffee for sure.
And earlier, Drew, you mentioned about the business. I mean, you and your brother started this, the New Level Brewing in 2017, and I'm always interested in how businesses grow, how they grow, and how they start. They're from the beginnings to where they end up. It was just you and James were the original brewers. Is that right? Just the two of you, you and your brother?
Yeah, and we had somebody else who wasn't with us for too long.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like three of us when we started. And then we hired Chad, who's our brewmaster, our head brewer. He prefers to be called now. Oh. And then Pat, who came from Village. And then we have summer student. Oh, well, not a summer student, but he's a student at Olds College. Nate and
Nathan Hart, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan Hart. Yeah.
Yep.
You know him?
No, I just do research.
Oh, wow.
Creeping on the internet.
It's like Nardwuar level research.
Actually, it kind of is. There's another band I had on the show. Just like, it's probably my favorite clips on our Instagram. They're just blown away by all these things that I looked up and found.
Yeah, and then, and then started growing like that. And then man, we really need like a delivery driver, and you had a delivery driver, and then you're like, we really need another person in the tap room. You have that. So
does Ian? Is there still Ian doing sales, or does that change now?
Yeah, Ian is sales manager.
Sales manager. Okay, so all these different positions, and you had to have these hats before, you and your brother, and you could be able to take these off and give them to other people. So then, Drew, what is your focus now? When you have folks, besides the marketing you mentioned, it's just something you're kind of doing off the side of your desk. What is your main focus day to day to keep this business running?
Anything that needs doing?
Well, since COVID started, it was kind of like just problem solving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no kidding.
And it was like,
no
we
kidding.
had our business plan, and we're like, well, we got to think of something new, right? So, like when COVID hit, I think like 40% of our business was kegs in bars and restaurants. And so like overnight, we lost 40% of our revenue.
Shit.
Which just sucked. It was horrible. But then we kind of quickly, well, not too quickly, but we kind of pivoted towards doing online deliveries. Or like order beer on the website, get it delivered.
Yep.
I was going to ask about that. Did that start because of COVID, or did you have it before as well?
I had thought about doing it before, but I never thought I could get people to order beer on the internet. And then COVID just forced everybody to do it, and it was crazy. Like we had just an insane couple months delivering so much beer.
There used to be a service in Calgary that did that. It was called YYC Craft, and it was like a beer of the month club, and they would show up at your door once a month with I think it was 6 or 12, depending on what your subscription level was, beers. And it was awesome. I loved it. It was kind of expensive, but almost every month they were bringing me probably 10 of the 12 beers were something I'd never had before. But they didn't survive. They went under, and it's too bad because if they'd made it to COVID, they probably would have thrived really well.
Yeah.
Well, they were awesome.
And we have Nick in the chat saying that that logo, he's checking out the website right now. So Nick's checking out your website for the first time. So thanks for doing that, Nick. That logo on the can of Chocolate Rain, that sounds interesting. So I'll pull that up. Yeah, that's, you said that's your not brewmaster. He goes by head brewer right now, right?
Yeah, that's what he likes
Chad.
to be called.
Okay, all right. So Chocolate Rain, this is his baby. That does sound interesting. Chocolate Rain, it's what is it? It's a delicious
chocolate raspberry stuff.
Chocolate raspberry. That sounds delicious. And the only reason I didn't pick this one out of the group to try for tonight is because it didn't sound that metal. So I knew the reference. It's internet music videos. It's internet videos. So, but that does sound really, really good. Is that a limited time, that beer?
It'll be here for a while. I think we're gonna keep making it for a bit. Like, it's been super, super popular this year. I think partly because of the new label.
And then in terms of your delivery, I mean, it's on your website as well. I think I want to cover it later when we talk about some of your other products. But how far do you deliver to? Like, what's your reach in terms of delivery if folks want to order beer from you?
So we will do Airdrie on Fridays.
Okay.
Okotoks by special request. Like, if you really want it in Okotoks, send us a line with what you want, and we'll see if we can fit it in. And then pretty much all of Calgary.
Okay, excellent. Curtis likes the Nardwuar reference. Analog Brewing did well as well with the deliveries. So, that's cool. That's cool. All right, let's see. It's time to drink more beer. Where are we at?
I'm still working my way through the this one. This is
okay.
A little bit more of, like you said, it'd be hard to drink multiple of these, but man, this is really good.
I actually poured more in my glass. I'm trying to. It's a slippery slope, and I had a little more when we were talking. So, and also I say, okay, we talk about the business growing, which again, like I said, is super interesting. Your brewmaster Chad, or I guess head brewer now Chad, and then taproom manager. I got to meet Quinlan, so that's pretty cool. So like front of house. She deals with all that front of house. Yeah, she was nice. She was very nice. And
yeah, she's great.
And it's like, thanks for the extra soda for my not anymore pregnant wife, but she went through a lot, so she can get a free soda. It's okay.
Hopefully she's allowed to give away free stuff. Otherwise, that was.
No. I sent her a message. I'm like, they're coming by.
We're giving away all the stuff for free. We gotta make some money.
Right. Let's see. We have some photos of them. Oh, go ahead, Drew.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I guess that was removed. I was trying to pull up a picture of Quinlan and Chad together, but those links are no longer active, so maybe those pictures were taken off. We're talking about pandemic and how pandemic has affected your business. So did the online sales make up for the loss in kegs at all, or are you able to kind of recoup some of that?
Yeah, like it definitely boosted us back up closer to where we needed to be. It wasn't like 100%, just because we were selling so many kegs.
Right.
But I think the good news is as we all get our vaccines and we go back to the greatest summer ever, according to. We'll be in it'll be pretty awesome. It'll be better than before COVID if enough restaurants and bars survive. So if you're watching, now is a really good guilt-free time to order takeout from a local place. Yeah,
dude.
You deserve it, and you're actually making a huge difference in people's lives. So yeah.
Right. Speaking of, we're talking about Quinlan, you're from front of house. I actually did find something here from your social media. This is going to pull up here. 1 second. There we go. So you actually just had some fun. We're talking about COVID right now. We're talking about the pandemic right now. You guys had some fun with it on your social media. This is Quinlan trying to drink a beer through a mask.
This can't end well. This can't end well.
So we're going to see how this goes.
Wow, skills. Oh, no, there's some drips. There is a dripping now.
Is she getting anything?
No.
There you go. Masks work. See? Beer can't get through.
Yeah, beer can't get through.
So obviously it's doing its job.
Stand a chance.
That's right. And then there's another good thing here. Oh yes, you're trying to socially distance.
You do say one hockey stick away, so that's.
So is that Chad on the left?
Cheers. Yeah, Chad's holding the stick, and then that's Pat. I'm gonna drink the beer.
So who's Pat? Who's Pat again?
2 videos in a row, though, we're blatantly wasting beer.
That's actually true.
We got a lot of it. I'm not.
We got a lot of it.
Make some more. It's no big deal.
Yeah, that's Pat in the Fubar shirt.
Fubar, yeah. Well, I want to chat about that a bit. Maybe we have time to chat about that later. But all the cool events. You sponsored a Fubar. Actually, we chat about it now. You sponsored a Fubar watch party at what was it? Which theater? The
Globe.
The Globe Theater downtown. Yeah, downtown Calgary. And you got to meet the folks from that. You got to meet was it Terry Cahill?
Terry.
And yeah. Let's pull this up. There's photos of you and Terry. How are you a big Fubar fan before sponsoring this event? Before this all went down?
Oh yeah, I mean Fubar came out I think when I was in grade 12, and we watched it a bunch then.
Is anybody not a Fubar fan in this city? Like, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Dude.
I love Fubar 1, I love Fubar 2. And then this was kind of when Terry was coming out of the woodwork again and was drumming up some business, like going to hockey games out. He's at the Flames games, riling people up. And Ian smoked weed with him at a hockey game. And was like, I bet you could ask him to come to a movie or something like that.
Sure, why not?
Oh, yeah.
And then I'd always wanted to rent the Globe Theater and just watch a fun movie. So we picked Fubar. I asked Terry if he'd come out, and he was super kind about it, super nice about it. Came out. He hung out in the lobby and like riled people up. He pulled people in off the street. And then I watched the movie with him, and he told me a little bit about like he gave me some commentary while we were watching it together. And then he actually hung out afterwards and did a Q&A with the audience, which was super cool.
Awesome.
And he likes our Berserker Blonde. He's been by to buy it a couple times. He even ordered delivery a couple times.
That's what they're drinking in the photo, actually. Sick.
That's really cool.
Is that actually his hair, or is that a wig?
I'm not gonna
comment.
Movie magic for you.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Come on now. That's like asking a woman what her age is. You just don't do that.
Fair enough.
Jeez, come on. You are wasted, Wally, now, aren't you?
Pretty much. Speaking of that, we should try something else. Let's try the Wizard's Vacation next. How does that sound?
Nice.
So Wizard's Vacation.
First one right there in the fridge.
There we go. So the cans. Wizard's Vacation.
This is the Pina Colada IPA.
Colada Milkshake IPA. Sounds like there's a lot going on. Sounds like there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. I think
my reaction was actually WTF.
Every wizard needs a vacation. This beer offers a similar body and sweetness to Wizard's Revenge, which is strawberry, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Strawberry version of this, but is brewed with massive amounts of real pineapple and coconut. That sounds good, though. Hop forward. Okay, very hoppy. Okay, yet easy drinking for the craft beer friends longing for a sunny beach day. Okay, all right. I'm actually I'm wondering if I'm gonna like this or not. It sounds like there's a lot going on.
It's a little weird, right? Because I mean, so Pina Colada, I think everybody knows what that is, but with an IPA, that starts to confuse me when I think about how that's going to work.
Me too.
So think of it as the hops like working with those flavors rather than being bitter, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fruitier aspects of hops work with the actual fruit.
It's not a bad head. It's got a nice, like the smell, There you go.
Try and keep the logo out of the shot, turn the glass to the logo camera.
You need the new level glassware.
Yeah, I don't have any new level glass, unfortunately. This is an innocent gun glass.
Old school.
All right, let's give her a shot. I'm gonna give it a try. I definitely get pina colada. That's better than I thought it was going to be. That's better than. Sorry for insults. That's not a very nice thing to say, is it? But I got this, and I'm just like, just because I was intrigued by it, I'm like, this sounds just like so much going on. So, because the ingredients: water, yeast, barley, wheat, hops, oats, lactose. There it is again. Pineapple, coconut, And the hops are Cascade, Simcoe, if I'm saying that right, Centennial, Amarillo, and Mosaic. So 4 kinds of hops in there.
Hops.
That's a lot of, that's yeah. This would be hard to drink a lot of. A little bit's wonderful, but I think it'd be hard to drink a lot of this. What do you think, Jay?
Hot weather, you could probably do a couple.
All right. What do you think, Jay?
Well, at 7%, you'd got to be careful.
It doesn't taste 7%.
No,
it doesn't. It's actually dangerous. It's the sweetness that hides it, right? Hides the alcohol.
I'm not picking up a lot of the coconut, but I definitely got the pineapple there.
Yeah.
And the hops knock the sweetness off the pineapple for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It a little more balanced.
Yeah.
So, I'll be honest, not something I would drink, but that's not bad.
Yeah, we're giving our honest opinions tonight. Sorry, Drew,
cool.
we're not gonna.
No, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, there's no offensive flavor.
No. Yeah, same way. I think I would get a glass. I'd enjoy it. I don't know if I'd go back for it again. But I wouldn't. I do like it though.
I think my wife would probably like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. There's another pineapple based beer from another Calgary brewery that we shall remain unnamed because they're not on the show tonight that my wife really likes.
Which one?
The Pineapple Princess from Revival Brewcade. She's a big fan of that one.
Oh, I haven't tried that one.
Yeah, she loves it. And I got another buddy that really likes that too. But yeah, I'm not much of a pineapple guy in general, but I do like a good pina colada. There's nothing like a good fresh pina colada when you're in the Caribbean. That's
Definitely.
That's the spot.
Now I can tell it's strong. Now I'm tasting the alcohol. Now I can tell it's strong. Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there. I think I have to stop right there. It's good. It's good for that much going on. That's a success right there with that beer to be able to pull that off with how much is going on in that glass.
Yeah, it's a good balance of flavor. There's nothing that's standing out. And
totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Let's see here. So I think we have something else here. Wizard's Vacation. So
cookies and corpse paint.
Yeah, cookies and corpse paint. We can't drink them all tonight. That's another one I was actually interested in trying, but can't drink them all tonight.
We don't have that one right now.
Maybe that's why.
I like the name of that. Cookies and corpse paint.
So this was your promo on your Instagram, social media for the Wizard's Vacation. I'm starting to get drunk. Let's play this here. Oh,
we're out here drinking Wizard's Vacation Pina Colada IPA.
Nothing suits the weather better. Oh yeah.
Fucking Pina Colada.
Not mad about that.
How cold was it that day?
I think it was like close to -30 that day.
Oh.
Of course, right?
I would drink this on a cold day to warm me up. That's what I would drink. I know it's like Wizard's Vacation. You mentioned summertime. I would drink this. This for me would be a winter drink.
We always make it in the winter, so maybe there's something to that.
Yeah.
I can see this being more of a winter beer for me too.
Yeah. It warms you up. The high alcohol content that's mostly hidden. I didn't really get it until like maybe the 5th sip in, and I'm like, okay, I better stop. Okay, Wizard's Vacation. Yeah, excellent. It's good. It is
slacking
good.
Off. I'm not even checking my beers in. What the fuck am I doing over here?
Living in the moment.
I guess, eh? Yeah, I'm not spending time on my phone.
We're gonna slowly go off the rails, Jay. You and I, as the episode goes. Drew, are you drinking too?
Yeah, I'm just having one beer.
Oh, okay. Technically, I'm probably having one too. By the time we're done, I'm only tasting. But
I knew if I did it with you guys, if I opened 4 beers, I'd drink all 4 beers, and I got a lot to do tomorrow. So
yeah, luckily I'm just working from home, so my commute is not too bad, and I'll just manage.
Yeah. So, a question in the chat: what is an infused flavor of beer that you're intrigued to produce in the future?
Good question. We've been doing beers with Boogie's Burgers.
Oh, I like their burgers.
Oh,
Yeah, awesome, right? So we did a pickle beer that was really.
I wish you still had that.
Really well.
And I heard of that. I wanted to try that.
I want to try that too. It wasn't any there. I wanted to try it so bad. I love pickle juice.
Quick. And then we also did like they have a milkshake called No More Bad Days, which was like lime, mango, something else. Lime and mango. And that was really good too. And I want to try making one of their banana milkshakes into a beer. I think that would be super fun.
A banana beer. That sounds tough.
It does, right? So I think that's the challenge. So I think it could be really good. I think it'd be polarizing. Like, banana. Not everybody's gonna love it, but the people who do love it will really love it. So I'd like to try banana.
Okay,
well,
I think
you guys don't seem like you shy away from interesting flavors in beers, so
right.
I'm sure that description probably applies to quite a few of your brews, right? There's people that like it and people that don't.
Yeah, definitely. Some people love the dill pickle beer.
I would.
And a couple people sent us like death threats. So.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
Yeah. It just sounds wrong, right? Like, what? A dill pickle what? But I would totally try it.
It sounds great. We think of
it tastes like dill pickle chips. Like,
yeah, right. I mean, I love dill pickle everything, and I love beer, so I would totally try that. And I like
pickles are like a weird cult thing, so.
Is that actual pickle juice?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I've done that before. Am I the only one who's done that? I've actually done that before.
Oh, it's good.
I've probably done it with the hot pepper jar too.
That would be interesting.
But in terms of being experimental with the beer, it says here that it says in your description they may not obey the Reisenbot. Am I saying that right? Reisenbot?
That's the Bavarian beer law of 1886 or something like that. Is that what that is?
Yeah. Reinheitsgebot.
Reinheitsgebot. There we go. Thank you. Reinheitsgebot. So I was going to ask Drew what that is. I guess Jason just explained what that is. So,
well, I didn't really though.
Not really. Okay, Drew, what is it? What's the Reinheitsgebot?
So it was a purity law that beer could only be 3 ingredients, or 4 ingredients: water, malt,
yeast, and malt.
Yeast and malt, and that was it.
Right.
So introducing anything else, and then. We kind of do the opposite of that, where we put pineapple and dill pickle spices and things that, 5 years ago you couldn't really get. So,
right.
Yeah, we're just not traditionalists in that sense. The beer landscape has changed a lot. Like when we were kind of first coming out there, if you opened up, you maybe had like an IPA and a blonde and maybe a brown ale. And those are all good beers, and we have those things, but like that was kind of it. So no one really had tons of fruit beers or anything really weird. When if you go to the States, you could see a lot more of that sort of thing.
Right,
so
right.
I think of our style as progressive North American.
Progressive North American. There you go. So, and also, it's looking at your beer catalog. We'll try some more. I'm sorry, I'm feeling the alcohol. Let's take a quick peek at your 2020 beer catalog, actually, here, because Cookies and Corpse Paint. I think it was Montana.
Did it take over driving there, Wally?
Montana in the chat, maybe. She mentioned in the chat that she saw somebody at a New Level show. Saw some dude spewing up a pool of Cookies and Corpse Paint. Epic night.
I think he drank like 8 of them or something.
Oh, okay.
I think we accidentally overserved him because he went to different people and ordered it, and that's all he was drinking, and he popped. Yeah, it was gross.
Okay, here, sorry, 1 second. I lost some remote control, so I have to do this manually. Blah, blah, blah. There we go. So, Berserker, we have... here we go. Berserker. So this is your 2020 catalog. So this has changed. Is there a 2021 going to be coming out, or is it just because of COVID there's no point in putting out another list of beers?
I'm updating it as we go. We plan out our beers in advance, but sometimes they don't happen, or sometimes we do something we weren't planning to do. So I'm still tweaking the 2021 catalog.
Gotcha. Okay, Berserker Blonde. So that one's still you're able to get that. Reaper's Choice.
That one I've had. That's one of the few new levels I have actually had before tonight.
An IPA, yeah. How did it rate on your Untapped there, Jay?
I don't think I put a rating in on that. I often don't put a rating in on first check-in. Usually, to the comment of having a full one, I usually wait until I've had a few before I actually put ratings in Untapped.
Good point.
I think I had that one at a bar somewhere though.
Mm-hmm. So a while ago then.
Yeah, actually it was a while ago for
IPA.
sure. It was here, let's find out.
Sure. The Wizard Revenge, this is the strawberry version of the Pina Colada milkshake. Was this the original? This is the first one that came out? And then you made the peanut. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what first came out.
Gotcha. 7% as well. Leviathan, yeah, you mentioned that. And that's you have that Imperial Stout. That was the name you wanted for one of the top names you had for the brewery originally.
Mm-hmm.
Hops, lactose as well.
Home. I had that at home back in 2019.
Coffee, chocolate, toffee. So how is this one, this Leviathan, going to compare to the Total Darkness that we're going to try later tonight?
Much less light, much lighter. More sessionable, much less sweet.
Okay, gotcha. So this is going to be more sweet. Hazelor we tried, was fantastic. Kombucha. Do you still have this one?
No. We actually just started making that again. We make it with our neighbor Happy Belly Kombucha. They're right next to us. And
how does that work with the kombucha? How do you infuse that into the beer?
So we do a blend of Wizard's Revenge with his strawberry kombucha.
Just like mix it and then can it from there and you're done?
Yeah, it's basically just a blend. It works super well. It has like kind of a little cult following. We got rid of it for a bit, and then people were asking us to bring it back.
And there's no... Oh, sorry, finish that. Your thought. Sorry, Ross. Drew.
Yeah, that's all I was going to say.
Sorry, man.
I do actually really dig that. There's, I think the first place I ever saw it was I don't recall where it was, but some restaurant, they had a kombucha on the menu.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually brew my own kombucha, and I've been known to do that in the summertime because it does actually work really well together.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I was kind of skeptical, and then our neighbor kept coming over saying like, you got to try this blend that I made, and we were like, that's actually pretty good. So
yeah, it does. I mean, I don't make any real like fruity kombuchas. I just usually like straight up raw kombucha and then put it in like shakes and smoothies and stuff. But it actually goes really well on a beer.
Wow,
surprisingly cool.
Well, kombucha has active bacteria in it. Is there anything in the beer that would interact with that or cause issues with the bacteria in kombucha, or no?
They kind of just sort of mesh together.
Okay.
They create like a unique flavor profile that way.
Kombucha's got yeast like beer, so it takes sugar, makes it into alcohol. But then there's also bacteria in kombucha that turns the alcohol into essentially vinegar.
Right. Right. So how do you?
So it takes fermentation a little bit further. So I guess if you mix them together and just left them long enough, you would probably end up with no alcohol anymore.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. So you have to drink it quick enough, right? There's an expiry on it, I guess.
Yeah, we have a pretty good shelf life. We do pasteurize those ones, so like we kill.
Okay.
It would.
Fermentation would probably make the can explode. So.
Gotcha.
We do, pasteurize those ones just so it's possible.
So there's no live bacteria.
You could also do like a real beer kombucha, like fermented from kombucha all the way.
Right.
Be like a more pure thing, but that would be an interesting one to do too.
Sweet. Something in the chat, that shirt doesn't fit. Perfect. What is that? These shirts, I don't know if they're talking about our shirts, but these shirts definitely fit. They fit well. I didn't show that earlier.
I think they're just saying your guns are too big for the armholes. That's
It's just, yeah. This shirt's okay. Delish. Oh, okay. Pina colada. Kombucha is also quite available at Wine and Beyond Edmonton. Kombucha. Kombucha is also available. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen other like mixed, pre-mixed things like that in the liquor stores. Yeah, there's definitely some of those.
Cookies and corpse paint. Yeah, Breaking the Law. This is the one I was. Yeah, we don't have this anymore. I just because it sounds so wrong. I want to try. I want to try it.
It was fun.
Black number 1, Hellion Lager. That's that one's probably sticking around for a while, right? So lighter.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's drinking it right now.
There's an endorsement. That's what the owner drinks.
That's what the owner drinks.
So it's what I drink regularly.
It seems like the easiest drinking probably of your lineup, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Blonde is also very easy drinking, but this goes down really well.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought the Hazelorder was pretty easy. I could probably crush a few of those pretty
Not
easy.
bad, yeah.
More of those. You want a little bit more flavor, but lager's my favorite right now.
I mentioned earlier there's 50 different breweries in the city right now. I think of that. I think about competition. I asked about competition, but you've actually done collaborations with other breweries, which that was a surprise to me. I was actually pretty surprised to find out is there a lot more camaraderie in the beer brewing scene in Calgary?
Yeah, there's a pretty decent sense of community, I think, amongst a lot of the businesses. I think a lot of that's due to the fact that it's beer, and then also due to the fact that like most of us are like pretty brand new companies, relatively speaking. So
right, we're
kind of like growing through the beginning of the Alberta craft beer market together. So it's always great to like, small businesses have to stick together, so it's always good to.
Yeah, the evil enemy is Molson and Labatt's.
Right. Yeah.
I think rising tide floats all boats. So.
That makes sense, and it's you see that also in the metal scene here in the community. Like, there's not a lot of bands try to help each other out. They try to help each other out. They try to support each other, promote each other. There's a lot of camaraderie because it's all these artists that are talented and they're trying to get discovered and noticed, and they're trying to grow a community. It's such a strong sense of community in the music scene here. So you hit the nail on the head when you decided to do a heavy metal themed brewery, because that community comes along with it. Did you notice that? Because I noticed that when I started doing the radio stuff, that there's such a great sense of community in the heavy music scene. Were you surprised by the amount of love, or were you already part of that scene when you decided to have your business themed around heavy music?
Well, I kind of had an inkling that like targeting us towards that subculture would open up a lot of doors that otherwise we wouldn't really see. But before, like I was born here, but like I lived in Ontario before I came back here, so I didn't really know the Calgary metal scene super well.
Right.
So starting up New Level, I definitely met a lot of new people and made a lot of new friends, but like super easy.
Yeah.
That way, like when we go to like Calgary Beer Fest or Edmonton Beer Fest, like the people wearing metal shirts always gravitated towards our booth and wanted to chat about, like they know the references, they want to talk about it, and they're stoked that you're into this, and then you're stoked that they're stoked, and yeah, you make friends pretty easily that way. So
I miss Calgary Beer Fest.
Yeah, me too. Miss festivals.
I hadn't thought about that in a while. As soon as you said it, I was like, oh.
I miss that stuff.
And I've learned too that not all metal scenes are created equal. I've heard about out east, it's more like everyone's just kind of to their own city. And out west, it's like you travel to Edmonton to see a band that you know, right? You'll travel cities to go see your band play in another city that you like or you're a fan of. The West is kind of aligned together, so you've kind of you're going to get that goodwill of, I think, all of the Western Canadian heavy music scene the way it's sorted out. Like, for example, I interviewed a band from Southern California and I asked them, how's the metal scene down there? Southern California, that sounds cool. Metal? They're like, it sucks. It's not very good. Like, well, the bands don't support each other? No, not really. Everyone's kind of to themselves, and like, so this is you. I guess you got, I don't say lucky, because that's a good. Honestly, it's just an amazing community to be part of. I got lucky too.
Yeah, definitely, and it's it's also worldwide. So
that's true too. That's true too.
Limit, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, you're starting in Calgary, but it could keep growing. Do you have aspirations to grow your business even further, like to cross Canada, to cross province? What's the limit to your ambition, Drew? You and your brother.
I mean, it'd be pretty amazing if I could go anywhere in Canada and get my beer. I mean, we're a ways off from that, but that would be pretty cool.
Right.
How far does your beer reach? How far do you sell to?
Great question.
Know, like what provinces you can sell into? Do you sell into the States?
We're just really in Alberta right now. We have sold to Manitoba before, and I had an order from Saskatchewan today, but it's not a significant amount, that's for sure. And I sometimes have interest from BC, but nothing's really panned out that way. So just Alberta wide right
But you
now.
don't have salespeople out there pounding the pavement, though, right? Getting the brand name, and yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things that you would need to really do that.
You know, because of the internet, like sometimes I get an email like,
yeah.
Can you send pickle beer to New Brunswick?
I want to try it now. Are you going to bring it back? Are you going to bring back the dill pickle beer?
Yeah, I don't think we made enough. Like, I thought maybe some people would be kind of into it.
Yeah.
And then weirdly, like the week we sold out, we were on the country music station, the soft rock music station, and CBC radio. We're all talking about it. And then that day we sold out, we had like, I don't know, like 50 phone calls and emails of people like, I never heard of you guys. I got to try this. So I know if we make more, there's a bunch of people who didn't get it who really want to do it, and a lot of people who want to drink it again.
I would buy it. I would get it, and I would buy it.
Yeah, I would think two people that are savages. Like every once in a while, when I have a beer that's not very good, I've had like a crap, like a Molson Canadian or something like garbage like that, and someone gave me that to drink. I put maybe clam in it. Like, I'm one of those weirdos that put clam in the beer, but I think it might actually work as a cocktail. You could probably make a dill pickle beer clam cocktail. You know what I'm saying?
As a Caesar, it was incredible.
Yeah. As a Caesar,
it was like perfect.
Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of.
Like we made it with boogies, so it was part of like a burger combo. So it was like fries with pickle seasoning, and then a burger with deep fried pickles on it. So it was supposed to be like this like extreme pickle flavor explosion.
That sounds great.
It was amazing. So
that sounds so good. You have to bring it back, and
I want to do a spicy version and stuff like that.
Spicy dill pickle is now apparently the thing. I gotta get my hands on those chips. Apparently they're awesome.
I've not tried it, but
that sounds great.
I haven't tried them either, but I keep hearing people talking about these spicy dill pickle chips.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly switch gears back to the collaborations because we're talking about this, and I don't want to forget to talk about this because we're talking about camaraderie in the music scene and also in the brewing scene. This is Rival Brewcade. You collabed with them. Do you remember that? What was that about?
Yeah, Revival.
Revival. Sorry.
Revival Brewcade. We made Pinball Wizard together.
Right.
So like, they're the pinball guys, and then we're like the Wizard milkshake guys. We made a raspberry and milkshake sour right before I think it was right before the pandemic, and then we were selling it all summer. So
62 weeks ago. So yeah, that'd be about right. Yep. Was this post?
A lot of really cool beers. Actually, I dig a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, we've got some similar styles, similar vibes. That was a really fun one to do. It was a really good beer. Good dudes, good people. So.
Here's another one. We partner with Craft Beer Market, which is that's crazy too, and CJ92 Rocks to make a delicious community brew for a kids fund. So this is like a fundraiser.
Yeah. So Craft Beer Market always does like a charity beer, where you order a pint and they give like a quarter to some charity or something like that.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm getting the amount wrong. That's not what it is.
Okay.
Maybe it's 2 quarters.
2 quarters.
Maybe it's $1. I don't know. I don't remember. It was a year ago. But yeah, we did it, and the fund was the CJ92 fund. So
that's good. That's great.
I was on CJ92 radio for a little bit.
Nice. Oh, they interviewed you, hey?
Yeah, and then they like basically edited it down, and I wasn't really on there. But they were cool guys. JD's a really cool guy.
But now you're on the Wicked Wally webcast, and you're getting almost 2 hours to talk about your business and your beers. So
all these doors open.
you're just thinking, man, I just can't wait to get on to the... I'm kidding. Okay. Total brutality. This is another thing. So this is another collaboration with Village, actually. That's awesome too. Village, actually, they have a bit more reach, I believe, as a brewery, right? Their beer is a little more across Canada, aren't they? Village Brewer.
Yeah,
they've been around longer.
OGs.
They've been around for longer too. Yeah,
they're very well established. I became pretty good buddies with their marketing person, who's no longer there, but when he was there, we were pretty tight. And we were always like, we gotta do something together. So we made like a small batch of beer. And then we had a show, actually. We had Wake play and Feeding from Edmonton. And that was really cool. Like, I really like Wake, so having them play was like very cool. And Feeding was new to me, but they were awesome too. Like, I still listen to the tape they gave me a whole bunch, and they were really cool guys.
Yeah, you're a big Wake fan. I came up a bunch of times when I was doing research for this show. It's how much you love Wake, which is great. They're an amazing band, and from Calgary. Beer catalog. Let's have something else to drink. Horchata.
Darkness here.
I'm going to do the horchata next. I thought let's save the 10% one for last. I would say. What do you think, Drew?
I just was wondering how long we were going tonight, because you want to do the horchata first. I'm totally down.
Oh, am I saying it wrong? Is it horchata or horchata?
Horchata? You're right. I don't know how to say it.
We say horchata.
Horchata. All right, let's give it a shot. Heavy metal horchata. So this is our take on the wonderful dessert-like beverage found through South America. A crisp, pale... there, I'll put that can in the frame. Crisp, pale... is sweetened with milk, sugar, and then there we go again, lactose, right? And then conditioned on a copious amount of cinnamon, almonds, and vanilla beans. The end result is pastry in a glass. So another dessert. I guess I just gravitated toward all the dessert beers.
This does very much sound like a dessert.
It definitely is, yeah.
There we go. All right, we'll give this a shot. Oh, lighter than I was expecting. I actually didn't know what I was expecting, but. Oh, I poured way too much in that glass.
I'm in on that. That's...
Okay. Let's see yours, Jay. Let's see your pour.
You're right. That is lighter than I was expecting.
Oh, okay. So not just me. Just.
Yeah, everyone thinks it'll be a dark beer, but it's a light beer.
Yeah. Okay. Smells great. I get like an apple. But I don't know. Maybe it's because of cinnamon and the spices and stuff like that. Makes you think of apple pie.
With the cinnamon. And that kind of does taste a little bit like pie again.
It tastes like apple pie.
Yeah,
that's what it tastes like to me.
Have you had horchata before?
Huh? I'm sorry?
Have you had horchata before?
No.
I have not.
Okay. Well, if you did, you'd be saying, "Wow, that tastes like horchata."
Wow,
that tastes like horchata.
Wow, that tastes like horchata.
Like a churro. So.
It does, yeah, a little bit, yeah. I would say it does taste like a churro. Yeah. It's good. It definitely, there's a bitterness to it. Definitely got a bitterness to it as well. But I like it. That was quite nice. That's quite nice. It's strong.
A surprise hit for us. We made it.
Yeah.
Just kind of one off, but it has a big following. So a lot of people. We were selling a lot of horchata now.
It tastes stronger than 5.5%. Actually, it's kind of funny. The which one was it? The Sorceress Sour, the Lime Kettle Sour. I think hides the booze a lot better. You know, it's stronger, but I'd say the horchata tastes almost just as strong as that does. So that's kind of surprising. All right, very good. So if you like, was it churros? Churros. If you like apple pie, and you want kind of a bit of a bitter undertone to it as well, just kind of balance it out. That is a beer for you. That is, that's what's really nice.
Just take a picture of the fallen soldiers here for the Wicked Wally social media post.
Oh yeah,
Nice collection going on here now.
how you feeling there, Jay? You've been drinking a lot more than I
I
have.
feel great. Love it. Awesome.
It sounds like it's working. So going good.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing,
I guess I'd be lying if I said it's not going to my head, because it is.
it's going to mine too. It's definitely going to mine. I don't know if I'm going to watch this back tomorrow. I want to see if I can tell.
Wasted Wally webcast.
Wasted Wally webcast. This doesn't take, like I said, I don't drink anymore, so it doesn't take much. So I wanted to also mention that we talked earlier about the craft soda, which is wonderful. It's not just beer that you have here. There's a New England cider. Is that fairly new? That's a fairly new creation of yours?
Yeah, pretty new. It's a new venture for us. So that's our first cider that we made on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been doing pretty well. I really like it.
It's funny, cider's caught on a lot, and I'm totally one of those people that is kind of fallen in love with cider in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Yeah.
It's
a nice change. So
it is. That's exactly. Usually, I just kind of switch it up and have a cider in between a couple beers. Yeah, it really, really dig it.
What is yours like? I mean, I'll tell what I typically would when I was drinking. I liked a dry cider over a overly sweet cider. Yeah, I prefer a dry cider on the drier side. Is this a drier cider, or how would you explain the flavor of your cider? Here, let me pull it up here.
I would call it off dry. So we didn't want it to be sweet like Strongbow.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we wanted, but we didn't want it too dry. We wanted it like a little bit sweeter, like some of our beers. So we back sweetened it with some sugar.
Okay.
And then, so it's not too sweet. Off dry would be how I describe it. And then we call it New England because we do a lot of dry hopping on it, like a New England Pale Ale or a New England IPA. So
interesting.
Kind of a hybrid between a cider and a beer.
Interesting. Okay, now I want to try. Is this sticking around for a while?
I think I'd like to keep it around. As long as we can, like as long as it's selling, and it's selling pretty good now. But new products always sell really well, and we'll see how many fans it picks up. But I love the label, I love the beer, I love the cider, so I think
yeah, the label's great, the artwork's great on there. That's just like it's like poison. Looks like poison. I guess beer is poison technically, so that's delicious poison. So and we're looking at your this is your website. This is where you can order online, direct delivery beer. So newlevelbrewing.ca/direct-delivery-beer. It's just right there on the homepage. Actually, you just click beer delivery right there. It's one of the top things on top. I'm sure you added that there as soon as you started doing this. You have merchandise on here as well as looks like kegs you can get, growlers, gift cards, all kinds of stuff, and your beer lineup as well. This is pretty cool. Corpse Paint Coffee. That was a surprise to me. Do you brew this at the tap room? Can people get a cup of Corpse Paint Coffee if they come in?
Not currently. We have talked about getting a commercial machine and maybe doing that. We do drink a lot of coffee, so it would probably be a good idea. Yeah. We started doing it because we were making coffee infused beers.
Makes sense.
We started doing our own roasts, like selecting the green beans and then doing our own roasts with old school coffee roastery. And so we had some left over, so I thought, why not package it and see if people want to buy it? And it's been fun. So it's been fun to sell. It's been fun to design a coffee and sell a coffee as well.
That is cool. Sourced through Apex Coffee. So you say design a coffee. How do you design a coffee? Do you pick ratios of different beans, or like how does that work? How do you design a coffee? I have no idea.
Well, design a coffee is maybe the wrong phrase, but like I talked with Jeff at Apex, and I'm like, this is kind of the flavor profile I want to go for. And then we would do some cupping, try some beans, and then we would sort of modify the roast, like the different style of roast, to get the results that we want. So that way you can kind of design a coffee that fits the beer.
Right.
Rather than reverse engineering.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Curtis thinks I'm drunk in the chat, so thanks, Curtis.
He's not wrong.
I interviewed Curtis's band a while back, so he would know the difference in personality. We got to speak for 2 hours. Corpse Paint Coffee. So the the description of this is: we have a new coffee bean that we think you'll find delightful. Strong notes of dried strawberry, cherry stones, cocoa, and dark chocolate. We've got bags of our corpse paint coffee for sale in our tap room and online now. Rain in caffeine. You also have rain in beer as your hashtag. Hashtag rain in caffeine. Hashtag rain in beer. Has that caught on?
Oh, definitely, yeah. People will drink a beer on Instagram and then put rain in beer. So
all these different ones. There's the Krampus Eggnog Stout. That's probably only during the holidays, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I wish I could have got that one for this. Like, in terms of me breaking the seal and actually drinking something, this is like way up my alley. I love eggnog, I love stouts, so it's just like everything that I would want to drink in a can. I'm hoping it's as amazing as it sounds. But is that coming back?
One of my favorite beers that we've done. So I love the Krampus. Yeah, it'll be back. I think we'll make it every year. This last Christmas, we had the bourbon barrel aged eggnog stout.
Ooh.
I think we'll have that next Christmas, but Christmas after that. The bourbon adds like a really nice bit of kick to it.
Okay, so you'll bring back the Krampus during the holidays, but maybe not the bourbon one until the following year?
Yeah, well, we have to age it in barrels for like a year. So
that makes sense. Yeah, it takes that long before you can actually drink it. Well, that's interesting. That does that increase
rum would be fun too. So rum would be really cool.
Oh yeah,
love rum. Big fan of rum.
Rum barrels, yeah, that would go very well. Well, rum and eggnog, of course. That's like a dark rum, or probably like dark rum.
I think so. Yeah,
it would have to be.
Not,
I would think
not like Bacardi rum, like a good rum.
Yeah. Totally.
I don't know that much about rum, but definitely not really. No.
We could talk for a long time about rum.
Yeah.
All right.
There's shelves of video games behind me, but they're out there. There's shelves of rum.
Okay.
I'm starting to lose my composure. So let's keep moving. The alcohol's getting to me. The New Level Brewing. So I mentioned before events. You're sponsoring events, putting on events at the tap room, above the tap room, I should say. You clear out your office. That's pretty cool. So we have a bunch of events. Obviously, you can't be doing these now. There's this pandemic. First, easy question. As soon as you can, are you planning on doing events again?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a dumb question. Come on.
Like I said, it's an easy question. It's an easy question.
I mean that with love.
Well, actually, as soon as you can is a bit of a trick question, isn't it? Or would you...
Well... It takes time to plan stuff, right? So probably not the day of, but I'm not putting on anything too fancy. So yeah, I think we could probably whip something up pretty quick.
I bet you could, go out on a limb here and venture that you could probably find a local band willing to do a show pretty quickly and get something to happen.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I think there's probably a bunch of bands chomping at the bit to play something.
Yeah, I'd love to have somebody. So love to see a band again.
Actually,
it's almost the point where I don't care who I'm seeing.
That's true. It's true. Even country?
No, come on. Dude.
That was my April Fool's post.
I do have a little bit of self-respect. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Yeah. My April Fool's post was we're changing the show to the Wally's Western webcast.
I saw that one. Yeah, I thought that was good.
I saw that. That made me chuckle.
Didn't fool me though.
Well, yeah, I didn't expect it to fool anybody.
And your co-host quits.
A surprising thing with these events, there's 2020 events here. Online event I see here, Black Metal Brunch, October 31st, 2020. So yeah, there was some events during the pandemic. How did you pull that off?
It took a lot of planning. It was pretty stressful actually. So we had a brunch. We were working with a food truck. We were allowed to do dine-in at that time, so people booked a table for a certain amount of time and pre-bought a meal and a beer, and it worked out really well. But it was my first time kind of doing that, so it was a little tricky the first time. Could have probably have gotten better at it, but lockdown happened again, so.
Right. This was to celebrate the launch of the Total Darkness. So when we have here the Total Darkness,
first time we brewed it, so.
Very cool. So it's new. This is fairly new on the roster then.
Yep.
Somewhat new. Yeah. All right, Jay, I think it's time for us to crack the last one for tonight. And 10%. Right. We're ending with a 10%er.
So go easy.
Going over the top of the mountain here.
Okay,
wait. And in terms of alcohol, so I'd recommend thinking of it like kind of like a port, like a dessert wine or something like that. We call it dessert porter. So you don't want to drink the whole can. You definitely want to like share that can with somebody.
Okay.
No, this one's gonna be all mine. My wife probably wouldn't touch this.
Okay.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna shoot my. Rest in peace. Ooh, it's dark. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, stout, imperial stout. So this is gonna be imperial porter.
Okay, I probably have to watch how much of this I'm drinking. Let's see your pour, Jay.
So, well, hey, so fun fact. Ports and stouters tend to be the lightest beers by
calorie content.
Gravity. Which is why they float on top of everything else.
Okay. Interesting.
So the flavor is usually more intense.
Okay.
But the beer itself is not heavy, so to speak. That is actually completely wrong.
Not this one.
Incorrect.
Not this one.
Oh, this is
is this one sink?
Oh yeah, this one is like calories of a piece of cake for sure.
And it sinks. Okay.
But yeah, generally speaking, that's why like Guinness will float on top of like Strongbow for a crowd float, right?
And Guinness is like more diet friendly if you're on a diet.
True.
Yeah, there's no seeing through this beer.
It is total darkness. That's a very apt name. Absolutely loaded with brown sugar and lactose. Absolutely loaded with brown sugar and lactose. This brew contains more adjuncts than any other beer we've done. This is one I'm most excited to try, by the way. I love stouts and I love sweet stuff. Sweet beers. Along with 10% ABV, the over-the-top sweetness makes it go down super smooth. Oh, Jason loves it. Look at that. Awesome?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Makes it go down super smooth. Not meant to be drunk in large quantities. It's a great great beer for a treat or an after dinner dessert. My eyes are... Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to try it.
See, that's going to be hard to sip, actually. I'm going to just gulp that down. That's really tasty.
It goes down pretty good.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's very strong, but not in a... Like, I'm not coughing. I'm not... You know what I mean? It's not harsh. It's very smooth. Is that because you sweeten it? Is that what makes it so smooth going down at the 10%? Or how do you get it?
Yeah. And then we do like a long, slow fermentation. So we don't produce like a lot of esters and alcohol. And then it had a lot of time to age in the tank. So it's not green tasting, which you can get with a lot of high ABV beers.
10 out of 10. Oh. This is my favorite of the night.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
This is my favorite of the night. I would say this one, and then I would go next to the Lime Kettle Sour. Yeah. I would say would be my next in line. I don't know why I'm rating them, but I'm doing it now. It's the alcohol. Then the Haze Lord. Then the Horchata, and then finally, still good, but I would say that's the end of the.
Let's see. What would I do here?
Yeah.
I'm probably pretty aligned with. So, what was the last one you had?
The end of the line was, it's still good. Like, I still give it a thumbs up. The Pina Colada milkshake.
I actually think we're probably aligned there, Brent. I think, or Wally. Whoa, that's a beautiful ball.
Taking character.
Yeah, and here's on my head. I think we're on the same page there.
Oh my God! Hopefully this show's still entertaining for everyone watching right now.
I think it's probably more entertaining.
I'm still keeping it on the rails, though. Okay, we're gonna keep going. So we talked about social media. Oh, one funny thing I want to pull up from your social media. You mentioned Rav from Ravenous. He was working there for a while, wasn't he, at the brewery?
Yeah, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay, right. Because when he started working there, I believe this is around the same time. Then I saw this on social media, and I actually watched this before, like when it first came out, when the video was first launched. This is great. This is a take. There was another video of someone doing construction work to metal music, and they're doing the windmill with the head. So it's basically a take on that, but at the brewery. This is brilliant. Was this your idea, or was this Rav's idea? This video.
This is all Rav. Yeah.
This was a great.
Before he ever was like. This was like when I just had met him like the second time. He was like, "Hey, I got
wow.
an idea. Can I come over and do this?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And it worked really well.
Yeah, this is awesome. Have you seen this before, Jay?
No, I have not. Actually, this was totally new to me.
You're gonna love it. Here we go. That's why I thought he was working there.
Did he do another video like that? I feel like I've seen something like that before.
Maybe. That might have been that video.
Well, maybe it was.
Yeah, that was a good one. He has good hair for that, or he did.
Well, he did. He cut that hair off. I've met Rav a few times. I don't know him that well, but I was sad he cut his hair. Even though I don't know him very well, but I enjoy the music though. I enjoy his band's music. Ravenous. Yeah. So were you guys playing Connect 4? Were you guys playing Connect 4 at the end there? You and him?
Yeah, I think we were playing Connect 4.
Yeah, there it is. Connect 4. That's awesome. All right. I think that's all I have to talk about tonight. Drew, I'm going to give you another. But besides with New Level, we have. If you have a little bit more time, do you have? I guess we're running pretty late, but would you want to stick around for a little bit longer to review some music? 2 different bands.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure, sounds great. So there's a review section we're going to do. Before we do that, Drew, though, is there anything else you want to talk about or plug? Maybe one last thing to talk about your business that we can throw out to folks watching this when they watch it?
We're doing delivery right now. We still do off sales. We have a little patio, so come on by and check it out. Order food from your favorite local restaurant. Support local. So, and that's it, Stay healthy, get the vaccine, do what you got to do. And hopefully we can all enjoy live music at the end of this.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That's going to happen. So let's giddy up.
What? This year? Like next year?
Yeah.
No. There's no freaking way it's happening this year. Next year maybe, but this year there's no freaking way. We'll see about that. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do some. Thanks, Drew, for sticking around. We're gonna do some reviews. As I mentioned, Drew, you're a big fan of doom and stoner rock, so I pulled out some doom and stoner rock bands from the. I get emails from promoters and different publicists saying, check out this band. Do you like, what do you think? So we're going to check out a couple right away. It's time for some reviews. All right, it's time for some reviews here on the Wicked Wally webcast. Wally's a little primed. Whew. All right. The first band we're going to check out is Dixie Goat. They are a doom stoner rock band. We're going to listen to their song, Dancing on Your Grave. Electric Valley Records presents Dixie Goat's LP, There's No Light Without Darkness. It dropped on all formats, including vinyl, which is very stoner rock thing, on March 19th, 2021, so it's a fairly recent release. It's their sophomore album, and the Santiago Trio, so they are from, Santiago Trio put their music influences into a bowl and mixed them hard enough. Let's just listen to it. How about that? I can't read words right now, so we're just going to go ahead and listen to the band.
Words are hard.
Words are hard right now. Dixie Goat, Dancing on Your Grave is the song we're going to listen to. And Drew, I want to get your opinion on it, because I think, at least from what I've heard, this is at least somewhere in your wheelhouse in terms of music. So let's throw this up here. All right, Dixie Goat, Doom Stoner Rock Band, and we'll talk maybe a bit more about them once my eyes get a little more adjusted to the alcohol. All right, let's do this. Okay, yeah, let's stop there. Let's get some thoughts. Jay, you said you hear some Zach Wild in there.
Dude sounds like Zach Wild to be like his vocals.
A little bit,
which is not a bad thing.
Right. Drew, any thoughts?
Well, I would buy the vinyl just for the cover.
That is great, yeah.
That's a great name. I can't believe I haven't heard of that name before. And that cover's awesome.
They're from Santiago, Chile. That's where they're from. It's a trio from Chile.
Okay. So they're not from the southern states, Dixie.
No, not at all. So I don't know where the name comes from. Like I said, it's their second album. The album has songs that vary from The Sabbath, NOLA Hostility. I don't know what that is. Stoner is okay. Oh, the lyrics of the songs cover topics such as occult, darkness, and nihilism. There you go. That's about right on point. I dig it. It's definitely that stoner rock vibe. They describe themselves as doom stoner rock. I would say that's right on point. They hit that genre on the nose. What would you say? You said you'd get them just for the artwork, but is that up your alley, Drew?
Yeah, definitely. Because I like the vocals. I like the little riff there. Definitely would love to hear more of it. So
right, hear more.
I'm intrigued. I'm in.
Sure. All right, Dixie, go. So am I. I dig it. I dig it quite a bit. A question in the chat from earlier. Oh, more beer questions. Drew, do you think you'll ever make a gluten-friendly beer?
Well, we do make a cider, which is gluten-friendly.
Right.
But to be gluten-free, you have to get a certificate that's pretty expensive. So I don't think there'll be certified gluten-free.
Gotcha.
But I'm down to make something gluten-friendly.
Right.
If you're not an absolutist.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So the side. Yeah. Do you ever get complaints from people who are lactose intolerant?
All the time. But we have a lot of beers that don't have lactose.
Sure.
They always want to try the weird beers that do have it.
Right.
So I don't know. But I think we're gonna ease away from that. I think my brother's on the path to becoming a vegan, so we might have to change.
Whoa.
Look, so we'll see.
Wow. So what would you use instead of?
That's gonna ruin the whole new level thing. Like that's your shtick, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. I guess. I don't know. It could just be a new chapter, a new era.
Awesome.
You could have the pre-lactose portfolio and the post-lactose portfolio.
Yeah, maybe we'll just divorce and we'll have the lactose brewery and the vegan brewery.
New level lactose, new level vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so again, Dixie Goat, Dancing on Your Grave was a song we checked out. Their LP, There's No Light Without Darkness, is available wherever you get your music, as well as there's on vinyl as well. If you dug what we heard, we listened to just only a small taste of it, but if that's up your alley, check out more. I've checked out more of the album. It's really good. Wasted Wally webcast, as Jason says in the chat. And then Curtis says there's some Sabbath vibes. I get that as well. Definitely Sabbath vibes. Absolutely, 100% Curtis. That's a good addition to that. All right, so one more band to check out, and then we'll end things off. This show went a little bit late, probably because of all the alcohol consumption. The next song we're going to check out.
That can't be one.
That can't be it. No. The next band. Okay, you're gonna have to help me. How would you say this? Isemic? It's ISCHEMIC.
Probably go with ischemic. Yeah.
Ischemic?
I can see the argument for ischemic though, but
ischemic maybe.
Okay. No idea.
No idea. They're a doomy death metal band. This is a single called Scabs. Their self-titled another sophomore album drops on Friday, April the 2nd. So this dropped 2 weeks ago. The recording is mostly a do-it-yourself endeavor. Now we're going to see if you folk can we hear the do-it-yourself nature of this. But do-it-yourself endeavor, all production engineering and artwork were handled by the band and close friends, resulting in this stripped down but unrelenting collection of songs. This album was developed as a response to the more complex and melodic black metal sound of Stagnation and Woe. That's their first album. The tracks call back to the early days of the band, but with a decade of songwriting and touring experience under their belts. So we have a decade of experience with this band. So it's interesting to hear what's coming up next. Crafted during the COVID-19 lockdown, Ischemic's self-titled sophomore album is a listening experience that takes you on a trek through a haunted castle. Let's see what we think. Do we think we're...
Hey, Wally, before you play this, did you look that word up at all before you? That's kind of disgusting.
What does it mean? Oh no.
Ischemia is a restriction in blood supply to tissues causing a shortage of oxygen that is needed for cellular metabolism. Ischemia is generally caused by problems with blood vessels with a resultant damage or dysfunction of tissue. Kind of reading Wikipedia here. Anyways, there's a picture of this foot where all of the toes are black and look like they're starting to rot.
Oh, okay. That's lovely. Well, those pictures of brains too.
That picture right there on the right.
Great.
So that is what ischemia is.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
All right. Let's do this. Let's check this out. All right, not much going on so far, but
well, 7-minute song, man.
Oh, there we go. I think that's what you call a wall of sound. I think that's what that sounds like to me. Let's keep going. Very traditional. It's a doomy death metal. Almost kind of a black metal vibe.
Almost black and doom.
Yeah, like I get more of a black metal vibe to that because it's so it's that wall of sound you get with like traditional black metal. And then they said self-recorded. You get it's not overly produced. It's very underproduced. I'd say, right? It's very raw sounding. I had I can't remember I can't remember it now. There was a show that followed me when on my radio days, and I guess the host would just love this kind of music. This was just like, if you want to listen to this at like 2 a.m, that's just you to tune in the radio. Yeah, keep you up all night.
This is 2 a.m. music. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Curtis in the chat says war metal. Totally doomy war metal. Yeah, I think it's very indicative of this genre. I've heard music. I've heard a lot of bands that sound almost exactly like this. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment, but this
war
is
metal a band. Is that? Oh,
yeah. He said
metal a band.
No, I think it's the genre.
Oh no, so black and death metal. Yeah,
yeah, pretty
metal
much.
is the name for black and
war
death.
metal's more like those extreme bands like Revenge, where it's just that like, you know, like almost like they'd play outside of Waco, Texas, or something. That like, just, like that wall of sound feel.
Right, and that's what I get from this. The wall of sound, they call it. I think for someone who, I'm not particularly into this genre of metal that much. I think for someone who is, it seems to be a very good example of the genre. So it's probably good that way. I don't know if anyone in the chat who's still kicking around. We have some folks watching still. If anyone who's anyone digging this, is this your vibe? Drew, I know you're more on the doom stoner. This is more on the black metal side of things, I would say. Your brother's into the heavier stuff, isn't he?
Yeah. We're both really into death metal, and then he pretty much just listens to black metal these days.
Right.
I like this. I was like, the first part sounded more like atmospheric stoner stuff.
Sure.
Which I like a lot, or like atmospheric doom. And then the latter part sounded more like sort of lo-fi, old school, first wave black metal to me.
Exactly. Yep. 100%. Yeah.
Which I like. I like it in its stripped downness, but I don't know. It was kind of a weird song. It's kind of neat to see that. We need to see how it like kind of congeals as a whole. So
we can listen to a little bit more.
Yeah, sure.
Let's give it another minute at least,
because I think we really long. Like
it's really long.
So who knows where it's going?
Yeah. Oh, well, I might even try skipping ahead a bit. I want to hear where it's going actually. Okay, there's that, goes back to that. It's all right. Hey, it's solo.
I wasn't expecting that.
Hey. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think it's good we went a little further into it. It won me over a little more, I'd say. Getting to listen to the changes, getting that guitar solo in there. Maybe not in part. I don't know if it's supposed to be maybe not the tightest guitar solo in parts, but maybe that's intentional, right, with the genre. But didn't expect that. Did not expect a guitar solo to hop in there. I don't know, Drew, thumbs up or thumbs sideways, thumbs down? What do you think?
I mean, thumbs sideways with the potential to go up. I think I'd listen to more.
Yeah. Yeah. I say so too.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Definitely. Yeah. You can't.
It makes me like epic bands, like really long songs, long albums. I'm into that, so I admire that.
Right.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, this is probably an album. You probably have to check out the whole album to really get the idea, get the full meal deal and understand what it's like. But anyway,
that's cool. I can respect that. I like bands that put that effort into an album and the story from start to finish. Maybe a concept album if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I could totally respect that artistic kind of expression. That's cool if that's what this is.
And
hard to tell on one song, but it'd be cool if it was.
From this song, everything sounds intentional. Do you know what I mean? Like some bands are stripped down just for the sake of being stripped down. You know what I mean? They have that stripped down sound, like Metallica did a stripped down. You know what I mean? Bands that do like a stripped down album, Iron Maiden. They have different bands try this and it doesn't work. Everything here sounds very deliberate. It doesn't sound like, do you know what I mean? The wall of sound, the grunginess of it, the production, the way it's produced, it sounds very intentional, and it doesn't sound like it's just like a mess. It sounds very, very yeah,
for sure.
Anyway, okay, that's Reviewz. Thanks for everyone who's sticked around for that. I don't know if you got much more of it, but we like to check out some other bands at the end of the show. Anyway, we tried some amazing beers once again on tonight's episode. Definitely go check out New Level Brewing. Haze Lord. Okay, so they're my order of my favorites. Number one. Let's go from bottom to top, but all good. Wizard's Vacation. And then right after that, I would say the Horchata. Then we go to the Sorceress. Oh no, sorry. Then the Sorceress Sour. Then the Haze Lord. Other way around. I can't think. And Total Darkness was my favorite for tonight. All right. So thanks again, Drew, for coming on the show tonight. Really appreciate it. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun having you on.
I appreciate all this. This was really cool to get together and talk about some beer and taste all your brews. Well, some of your brews. Very cool.
All right. Have a great night. I'm going to let some folks know about some upcoming shows because we still are rolling, and things are going to be happening a little bit differently. So because I have a newborn, I'm not going to be doing the show every single week. At least for the time being, I'm going to be doing every second week. We're going to be doing the show live. So every second Wednesday will be the webcast for at least the next little while until I get a feel for things and find out how I can balance my new responsibilities and everything else in life. But that being said, we're going to keep the show rolling. We're not stopping. Going to keep the show going because I love doing this, and I want to bring more attention to the amazing, in this case, businesses, talent, acts, artists. I don't know. I don't see my list coming up here of shows, so I'm just going to actually say them because there it is. A little bit of a delay.
Give it a little time.
A little bit of a delay there. So Wednesday, April the 28th. So that's 2 Wednesdays from now. We're going to have episode number 23. There is No Hope for the Lost. Interview with Nathaniel Bonnet of Medicine Hat, Alberta's genre-bending modern metal duo No Hope for the Lost. Vito is going to be guest hosting on that one. Very interesting. Nathaniel Bonnet. I looked him up. He also is doing music production in Medicine Hat, and a lot for heavier genres. There's not a ton of that there, so I want to talk about that as well. He's definitely contributing a lot to the heavy metal scene or the heavy music scene in Medicine Hat, which is I don't think that big. So he's a great person in that area, and I really wanted to highlight him because that's to bring that kind of service to that kind of community is a great thing. 2 Wednesdays from there. 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We have Let's Get High with Phantom High. So Phantom High, band from Toronto. We're interview with frontwoman Peril of Toronto's industrial new metal act, Phantom High. Guest host is Montana. Really looking forward to that one. They have a lot of theatrics. They're you wear these creepy masks and stuff. It's kind of an interesting project. So I'm looking forward to talking to them.
I'm still looking forward to that one. I dig them. I really dig them.
And then 2 Wednesdays from then, we have a Get Ruined with Toxic Ruin. Toxic Ruin, Wisconsin's leaders in modern thrash metal. Toxic Ruin, fresh off their signing with the label M Theory Audio. Vito will be back again for that one. And then I don't have a host. Information is low on this one because we just got this one confirmed. But a band called Lycanthro. So a lot more information on them coming. That's 2 Wednesdays from there. They're a werewolf-themed power metal act. Quite talented group and very active on social media. Have a pretty cool social media page and everything like that as well. So I'm looking forward to talking to them. So yeah, 4 shows already lined up in the works to cover us. Hey guys.
Oh, hey, you're back.
So anyway, thanks again, Drew, for coming on the show. And then Jason, thanks for how you feeling after all those drinks?
I feel like $1,000,000, buddy.
All right, we'll have to talk to you tomorrow and see how you're feeling. Yeah,
fine.
But yeah, definitely a fan of New Level and their experimentation. I always like the weird stuff. So I'm not saying that it's weird in a bad way, but I always like the creative beer, the stuff that
yeah,
try
I can
different
appreciate
things.
just not doing the status quo, trying something different. Putting it out there and seeing what you can come up with. That's definitely admire that.
And making it work, not making it gross. Because I've tried.
You know what? I would bet that they probably got a back room somewhere where there's some things that are just no, we're not selling that. Fuck
Actually, that's one thing I didn't ask Drew about, but how you come up with that was a question I forgot to ask you, is how you come up with some of this stuff. But
or failures.
We try to think of something delicious and think if we could make a beer version of it. So key lime pie, sorcerer's sour.
How many failures do you get before you get to the actual finished beer? Because you probably make a small batch, I'm assuming, very small batch at first, and then go from there.
Yeah, definitely like that. Usually, we don't do too many versions of a beer, but we've definitely had some ideas that we, thought would be awesome and really weren't awesome.
Didn't work out.
Sometimes they sound
kind
great.
Of dead ends there.
All right, we're going to end it there. I could talk to you forever about this, Drew. Thanks so much for being on tonight's show. Thanks again, Jason, for being my resident beer expert, because at least I have one of those to talk to Drew about this stuff. So, all right, thanks again. Take care, everyone. Have a great night.